Welcome to Just a Minute. My name is Nicholas Parsons, and as the minute waltz fades away, once more it's my huge pleasure to welcome our many listeners, not only in Britain, but also around the world. But to welcome to the programme for this very special anniversary recording four brilliant, talented, humorous personalities. And they are two people from Britain, that's Paul Merton and Marcus Brigstock, who played the game many times. And we are also greeting two people from India, and they are Anuvab Pal and Cyrus Brocha. They're both comedians, they're both entertainers, they're both presenters, and we're going to have a wonderful show. Would you please welcome all four of them? You may have guessed from the fact that there are two people from Britain and two people from India. Yes, this show is actually coming not from Broadcasting House in London, not even from England or Scotland or Wales or Ireland. It is coming from Mumbai. And we have a thoroughly excited, animated Mumbai audience here ready to share us on our way throughout the show. And this particular recording is coming from the Comedy Store in the centre of Mumbai. Beside me sits our producer, Talusha Gadani. She's very kindly volunteered to help me keep the score and blow the whistle when the 60 seconds have elapsed. But just to remind you of the rules, I ask each one of them in turn to speak on a subject that I give them, and they try and do that without hesitation, repetition, or deviation. And whoever is speaking when the whistle goes gains an extra point. They can repeat the subject which is on the card or the words within the subject. So we'll start off with Paul Merton. Paul, a very good subject for starting. A cultural exchange. Will you tell us something about that subject in this game, starting now?
I first came to India about 8 years ago. I was performing in an improvised comedy troupe, playing to various audiences in Mumbai, Bangalore, Calcutta, and we had a wonderful time. Every show was attended by a very enthusiastic audience who...
Marcus challenged.
I think repetition of audience.
Yes. Yes, you had the audiences before, so repetition, yes, and the audience recognised it as well. And so that's a correct challenge, Marcus. You get a point for that. 41
Good.
seconds still available. A cultural exchange starting now.
The rules of this particular cultural exchange, which of course is very special, are that if I succeed this evening, I'll be allowed to stay here in Mumbai for the rest of my life. However, if I don't win the show, I will be forced to leave immediately.
Cyrus.
He said I about 4 times.
Well done, Cyrus. We let one eye go, or two, but 4, I quite agree.
But he's wearing glasses.
Annabelle, yes. You want to say something?
Yeah, I hate to interject, Nicholas, but I have a quick question. I'm not sure if he's talking about a cultural exchange or he's seeking asylum.
So, Cyrus, you had a correct challenge. You got a point, of course. You have 27 seconds starting now.
Cultural exchange is very important in the context of living in my particular building, where we have 11 different people from different cultures, all eating.
And Marcus challenged.
Yeah, repetition of different
People, different cultures.
Mean man. Evil person.
You started it.
Okay.
Okay,
Where's the cultural exchange?
Marcus, correct challenge, a point to you. 19 seconds, a cultural exchange starting now.
I had a cultural...
Yeah.
Well, he started off with I again.
Oh, yes.
I know we don't normally challenge on I, but as you already have...
We had 4 already. I definitely think we can allow that one. So, Paul, another correct challenge, and 18 seconds, a cultural exchange starting now.
Well, I think this culture exchange is going very well. This is the first round of Just a Minute we've played, and everybody's spoken so far, and I think the two magnificent cultures that are India and Britain can come together in friendship and harmony. Let our hands reach across the oceans and shake each other warmly and say, we are together because we play this special game.
As I said earlier, in this game, whoever is speaking when the whistle goes gains an extra point. And this occasion was Paul Merton. And at the end of the round, Marcus has got 2 points, Paul's got 1, Cyrus has got 1, and we've heard from, but he has yet to score. But there's plenty of time. Cyrus, we'd like you to begin the next round.
Pleasure.
I gather you are a Beatle fan.
The insect as well as the group, yeah.
Well, anyway, we've chosen for you the subject of the Beatles. 60 seconds as usual, starting now.
There are 7 Beatles in all. First one was called John Lennon, then there was Paul McCartney, then there was Cyrus Brocha.
And Marcus challenge.
Oh, yeah, the audience are ahead of me. Repetition of then there was.
And then there was...
This would never happen in England. They take the Englishman's side. They're all British.
It's a difficult game. As we say, it sounds so simple, but once you start playing it, you realise how difficult it is. Marcus, a correct challenge. You have 53 seconds still available. The Beatles starting now.
I like the work of the Beatles, and I would like now to recite the lyrics to Love.
Right, yes, you got back in, Cyrus, immediately with that point. And you've got 49 seconds. The Beatles starting now.
4 clear messages from the Beatles: love, peace, harmony, narcotics. All taken with a pinch of salt across the different countries that live.
Annabelle, you challenged.
Yeah, I think it's a deviation. I think he's giving us a recipe.
I don't think he was, but we enjoyed the interruption so much. I'm going to give you a bonus point for that.
Oh, thank you.
But Cyrus, as you were interrupted, you've got 36 seconds on the Beatles starting now.
Greatest music band ever in the history of music, the Beatles, without doubt. You can
Paul challenge.
Well, we did have music.
You've had music.
When?
You said it twice just now.
How can I divorce music and the Beatles?
Well,
Let me ask the audience.
But if you play just a minute, you have to divorce them because you mustn't repeat words.
Okay, I concede.
And also, if you said it before when you were talking, you can't repeat it when you come back in again.
Right.
Paul, it was a correct challenge. You've got 30 seconds. Tell us something about the Beatles starting now.
Well, when I first started in the Beatles round about 1959, I remember saying to George and Paul and John, saying, this is fantastic being in the Beatles. Do you think we'll be able to make records and sell them all over the world? And we said, yeah, we think that's a great idea. Why don't we do that? I wish I hadn't started on this accent now, because I don't know how much longer I've got to speak. I'm still going anyway, because the thing with the Beatles was...
I did, Nicholas.
Thank God, somebody did.
Yes. Nicholas, I feel it was a deviation.
Crosby Jackson wasn't very genuine.
No, because there was...
Right, that's a good one.
Thank you.
Jackson wasn't very genuine. Yes,
Thank you, Nicholas.
Yes, thank you. Right, so Annabelle, yes, you got in very cleverly. With 8 seconds to go on the Beatles starting now.
John Lennon, who was a member of the Beatles, was shot dead outside the Dakota building, not the...
Stutter. Yeah.
You get a hesitation?
Also, in our culture, it's allowed sometimes.
Cyrus, I know, I've been here quite a lot. It is, but not in just a minute. But you cleverly got in with 4 seconds to go on the Beatles starting now.
The Beatles' greatest rock group in the history of rock.
Marcus, you pressed your buzzer just before the whistle went.
Repetition of history.
You did say history.
That was in the last one.
History just repeats itself.
As I said before, not in just a minute. And so that is a true saying. But Marcus, it was a correct challenge. She did repeat the word history. You get a point for that. You have half a second to go on the Beatles starting now.
Love, love me.
I'll tell you what, as you haven't played the game before, I'm going to be generous and say, yes, he repeated love, so I'm going to give you a point for that. And say that you have a quarter of a second to go on the Beatles, starting now. Marcus Chan.
I felt there was a hesitation. Expressed as a percentage of the available time, I felt there was really a massive hesitation.
Marcus, let's sort this out like men. 50,000 should be enough.
He didn't actually start at all, so you are correct. You have
Yes.
another point.
The British are back.
Paul, you wanted to say something?
Yes, what was wrong with my accent?
Actually, I thought it was quite brilliant, but I wanted to bring in Annabelle before.
I see,
I haven't
fair
played it
enough.
before.
I've just been wondering about it.
No, you needn't.
But don't do Malayalam again.
So, let's assume the whistle's gone, and at the end of the round, Annabelle and Paul are equal in second place, but 3 points ahead of them, equal with 5 points, are Cyrus Brookshire and Marcus Brigstock. They're both in the lead. Isn't it exciting? And Anubab, it's your turn to begin, and subject is colonial India, and your time starts now.
Wajid Ali Shah in colonial India was thrown out of Lucknow, and he didn't want to travel with any possessions or any money as long as he had access to 100 royal cooks to make him a perfect biryani. That...
Marcus challenge.
Hesitation.
Yes.
It's not often that biryani gets a whoop from a member of the audience.
I think we should be allowed to hesitate. We're all hungry. Biryani, pause.
Exactly.
Right. Marcus, correct challenge. 46 seconds. Colonial India starting now.
The subject is colonial India, so now seems like a perfectly reasonable time for me to say sorry.
I just have one thing to say to Marcus. Hesitation.
39 seconds for you, Anuvab, on colonial India starting now.
General Malcolm Muggeridge of the 1st Jaipur Infantry liked to wear long breeches and go for deep swims.
Deep swing. Is it Muggeridge or something that rhymes with that?
He went on deep swims.
This is why the British left, because of phrases like deep swims.
Anuvab, you've challenged yourself.
I have.
And I think you've got a correct challenge, haven't you?
I was appalled by deep swimming.
Well, I think that's deviation, so you have a correct challenge.
Oh, right. Okay.
And well listened, by the way.
Thank you.
And give you a point for that, and you continue with 31 seconds on colonial India starting now.
Lord Mountbatten liked parrots.
Paul Merton challenge.
Slight hesitation between Lord Mountbatten and liked parrots. Although it's historically accurate, it was a hesitation.
It was definite hesitation, yes.
I like the reference to Malcolm Muggeridge earlier. That was fantastic.
Thank you very much.
I've not heard his name for 35 years.
Very deep swimmer, though.
28 seconds, Paul, for you on colonial India starting now.
We brought paddling to India. Before that, people were doing deep swimming. And we said, no, just go into the sea as far as your waist. It's perfectly fine. Nothing will happen. And then the population saw that the British were right. You only had to go in up to your waist. There was no point in doing this.
Cyrus, your challenge.
Waste.
Yes, it does
yes,
have
it
your
is.
waist,
Yeah.
that's right. So you, Cyrus. You've got the audience with you, or some of them anyway.
Why I'm reflecting about his waste at
15 seconds
10:30.
for you, Cyrus, on colonial India starting now.
Colonial India still exists in Mumbai Hill, where I live. Every morning we greet each other in the mother tongue English. The watchman comes up and says, hello. I say, hello. Ish. Hello, ish. Not let me complete. Hello, ish.
No, you're not going to get away with it like that. Marcus, you challenge first.
Yes, repetition of hello.
4 seconds for you, Marcus, on colonial India starting now.
There are remnants of colonial India all over Mumbai. Some of them are beautiful. Most of them made me feel faintly awkward about the whole situation.
So, Marcus Brigstock speaking as the whistle went, gained another point. And Paul, we'd like you to begin. In fact, it's your turn to begin. The subject now, Sherlock Holmes. Tell us something about that character in this game, starting now.
Sherlock Holmes lived at 2 Ditto 1B Baker Street, and his homely fan... Well, what am I talking about? Homely fan doesn't mean anything, but don't pick me up on it. Oh.
Marcus challenge.
Yeah, repetition of
Homely
homely
fan.
and,
Homely and
Yeah.
yes.
and deviation from confidence. So.
I was trying to do 221B without repeating the 2.
Yes.
We thought that, you know, in India we studied 221 Baker Street. We thought maybe it is 2 Ditto Baker Street. I had no idea.
Marcus, a correct challenge. 51 seconds. Sherlock Holmes starting now.
Sherlock Holmes was a fictional detective who wore quite the most splendid deerstalker hat and was accompanied by his friend Dr. Watson, and he helped him to solve all manner of crimes against the dreadful Moriarty, who was very much his nemesis. Now, I have enjoyed the stories of Sherlock Holmes many times, but that, I suppose, is exactly the sort of twist and turn that one should expect to get.
Mark Cyrus challenge.
Should?
Oh, yes, he did say should before, didn't he? Well,
Yeah, check the tape.
But he also said it's your favourite challenge.
Yeah, but I thought you'd let that go because nobody said anything.
No! Right, Cyrus, a correct challenge. 21 seconds. Sherlock Holmes starting now.
People don't know this about Sherlock Holmes. He was born in a Parsi Bagh in India, Rustam Bagh to be precise. His actual name was Kersi Meher Homji. He was 6'4" tall. He had long, deep pockets wherever he went to carry.
Marcus challenge.
Repetition of he. He.
I think we-
To Marcus.
Yes, I think that's what we call being hoisted on your own petard.
We're very adult here.
7 seconds are still available. Marcus, Sherlock Holmes starting now.
My favourite Sherlock Holmes story is that of the mystery of the blue carbuncle, which was a thing that was stolen, and Sherlock...
Right, thank you. We'll speak when the whistle went. Right. The situation now is Marcus has increased his lead ahead of Cyrus and Paul Merton and Anubhav in that order. Cyrus, we'd like you to begin the next round.
Done.
The subject, the cinema-going experience. Tell us something about that subject in this game starting now.
The cinema-going experience in India is a beautiful one. For 2 hours of pleasure, you spend 4,000 rupees if you are a family of 4 or more. I personally have 8 children, 3 aunts, 2 uncles. We spend more than 10,000 rupees every time for the
Marcus
cinema.
Charles.
Yes, sorry, a repetition of spend.
10,000, yes. So, Marcus, you've got in with 47 seconds. The cinema-going experience starting now.
In the UK, the cinema-going experience involves making as much noise as you possibly can with the snacks that you've brought in, flinging them around, spilling them everywhere if you possibly can, and generally being fairly disgusting and ignoring the flashing nonsense that's showing on the large screen ahead of you. This has been my cinema experience anyway. Every time I've been to see a film recently, it's been entirely ruined by the disgusting, oafsome chavs that have decided to sit anywhere near me. However, I decide to join in with them and eat the popcorn and spew it all over the place as well, and get a gallon of Coca-Cola and fling that into the face of the...
Paul Challenge.
Advertising. Other soft drinks are available.
And that is not permitted on BBC. So, Paul, correct challenge for deviation, advertising. You have the subject of 11 seconds to go. The cinema-going experience starting now.
Due to the culture of health and safety back in Britain, now people go to the cinema and there's not so much subdued lighting as there used to be. It's actually quite bright because they don't want people falling over, tripping down the stairs and suing the people.
And Naval, yes.
Advertising theatre lighting.
Coca-Cola do very nice lighting. And a delicious, refreshing beverage.
Yeah. Lit up.
An incorrect challenge. So, Paul, you still have the cinema-going experience, and you have 1 second to go, starting now.
The projectionist up in the projection.
Right. So Marcus Brigstock was in again, speaking as the whistle went, gained that extra point for doing so. And Marcus, it's your turn to begin again. The subject is now a song and dance, starting now.
A song and dance means really a palaver, but a song and dance can also mean literally that, a song and a dance. Collecting a visa to come to India is a song and dance. However, when I performed this, when I was getting...
And about it.
Hesitation. He said, which is not a word.
That's right. He did hesitation. Well listened, Anubhav.
Thank you.
And you've got a song and dance, and you have 49 seconds starting now.
A song and dance is something I like to do on Wednesdays, alone at home, surrounded mostly by vegetarian food, and very loud.
Sorry, everyone. It was the end. It was going great. I love the story. So I'm not the only lonely person with plants.
Wednesdays.
You two should get together.
We will. My parents didn't approve. Hot date.
You're telling me?
I can see a little romance starting. So, right, there were 41 seconds left. Cyrus, you've got a song and dance starting now.
In 1974, I auditioned for a song and dance. It was called Godspell. I performed beautifully.
Hesitation, we're not sure how he performed.
No, but...
His hesitation, he was obviously thinking about what he did and he couldn't continue. So there are 34 seconds. Another point to you, Anubhav, and you've got a song and dance starting now.
Returning to my vegetarian food and Wednesdays.
Paul, challenge.
Repetition of vegetarian food.
Yes, you said that once.
I like it a lot.
Yes.
You can't like it too much in this show, you mustn't repeat it. Right.
Fair enough.
It does repeat on you uninvited sometimes.
Personally, I feel you use too much ghee.
Paul, there are 31 seconds for you to take over a song and dance starting now.
You are my honey, honeysuckle, I am the bee. I'd like to sip the honey sweet... What was it?
I am the bee. Then
I didn't write the song.
Well, who cares?
It was written in 1896. You'll have to take it up with somebody else.
I would like to ask the learned judge, is that allowed? Can we
You
sing?
can do whatever you like as long as I allow it. But what was the challenge? Well, listen, well done. 19 seconds for you, Cyrus, on a song and dance starting now.
Song and dance festival.
Paul, challenge.
Hesitation.
How can you hesitate before you start?
You know that gap there was between Nicholas saying start now, me buzzing and you talking?
It's the accent.
And I always
My
say,
zipper was stuck. For God's sake, there's got to be some...
do you think you have trouble at home with you like this?
My parents left at an early age.
God, I'd hate to be married to you. Paul, a correct challenge. You have 17 seconds on a song and dance starting now.
When we think of song and dance, men, we people like Fred.
Song and challenge.
Well, he sort of took his time, just like I did.
Yes, it was definitely hesitation.
Yeah.
So you've got it back again. So don't feel so bitter. There are 13 seconds for you, Cyrus, on a song and dance starting now.
Song and dance was invented in Europe. 1912 was the exact date. It was a Czech Republic personality who actually...
And above.
He said Czech or a republic, which is not
which
a
is
country.
the way it's said in Czech, but you're right.
And above, you've got another point for a correct challenge, and you have 7 seconds on a song and dance starting now. So you see, you've got to do the same thing.
Yeah.
So you've got the point.
I'm on a hat trick. I got 2.
Right, and you've got 6 seconds, a song and dance starting now.
Every evening at...
Hesitation.
Definitely. Paul, there are 5 seconds, a song and dance starting now.
Gene Kelly was the star of many musicals in the 1940s, a magnificent song and dance man.
Right, so we're moving into the final round. So I'll give you the situation point-wise before we do so. And it's very interesting. Anubab is trailing a little in 4th place, but a very strong 4th place. Thank you. Oh. But only 1 point separates the other 3 in this ascending order. Paul Merton, and then Cyrus Brochard, and then Marcus Brigstock. And so, Anubab, it's your turn to begin, and the subject is the voice of New India. Tell us something about that delightful subject in this game, starting now.
Chetan Bhagat, the voice of New India.
Marcus.
I'm sorry so soon, but a huge hesitation.
A huge hesitation.
It's an inside thing.
55 seconds are still available, Marcus. Another point to you. The voice of New India, starting now.
I am hoping to become the voice of New India if I stay here long enough, but I think that it is unlikely.
You can do it yourself, Marcus.
I'm hoping to become... I think
I.
it's I.
Oh, yes.
2 eyes.
He's just not learning.
50 seconds. Cyrus, you've got the voice of New India, starting now.
The voice of New India goes like this.
Paul, challenge.
Repetition of
Can you justify
I
that?
would like to point out that if I went like a woman in bed, but that would be different. But this was
Also a deviation from sanity. There was that.
like a policeman.
Those are not one of the rules. So, Paul, we're going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I do this on occasion. And Cyrus, if I can give the benefit of the doubt back to you at some other time, I always redress the balance. So the voice of New India is with you, Paul, and we're going to hear from everybody on this subject. 48 seconds starting now.
The voice of New India sounds like the kind of programme that should be on the World Service, like Just a Minute used to be until some idiot cancelled it years ago. Voice of New India. India, as we see, has changed dramatically over the last few decades. It is now the thrusting, powerful world force that is challenging the rest of the world beautifully. China, perhaps, on the horizon.
Andrew Babu, challenge.
Deviation.
Right.
From India to China. We take that stuff very seriously.
Not funny.
What I do is, we enjoyed your suggestion, your interruption. I'm going to give you a bonus point for that, Andrew Babu.
Thank you, Nicholas.
But he wasn't actually deviating. In fact, he was going very strongly. 28 seconds. The voice of New India. Paul, starting now.
The voice of New India, apart from what I've already said, is very difficult to elaborate on further, but I shall do my very best. The voice of New...
Cyrus, challenge.
I thought very came up 3 or 4 times.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt on this occasion. I said I would redress the balance if I got an opportunity, because you want to hear everybody on this subject. 20 seconds to go. The voice of New India, Cyrus, starting now.
The voice of New India is highly overrated. Old India, unfortunately, is forgotten. Let me tell you, people, if we stand together from shore to shore, east to west...
Paul, challenge.
I got it, okay, sure.
Sure.
Although one was S-U-R-E, but... China is there.
You can justify it any way you wish. But as I said before, it's the way it sounds, not the way it's spelt. So, there are 10 seconds still available. It's back with you, Paul. The voice of New India, starting now.
The voice of New India, of course, is represented by the younger generation.
Marcus, challenge.
Yes, I think the subject's the voice of New India rather than Indira.
Oh, it's...
I also heard
No,
that.
it's a new pronunciation. It's part of a new voice.
Oh, that's
It's a new voice.
The R is silent.
It's deviating from the subject. I
Yes,
quite
yes.
agree, Marcus. So you have 6 seconds still. The voice of New India starting now.
I'm very much looking forward to hearing the voice of New India during the stay.
Paul challenge.
Well, slight hesitation.
There was a definite hesitation.
Yes.
Paul, you have 2 seconds on the subject. The voice of New India starting now.
Hello, India!
So let me give you the final score. Anubhav has given tremendous value.
Exactly.
But you did finish in 4th place. Very strong. A powerful 4th place.
That's all that matters, the 4th place. Thank you, Nicholas.
And only 1 point separates the other 3 in this order. Cyrus Brochard, and then 1 point ahead was Paul Merton. So we say, Marcus, you are the winner this time! So it only remains me to say thank you all 4 of them for the way they have played the game and the fun they have generated. I thank Talusha Galani for having helped me with the score. We're indebted to Ian Messiter, who created this amazing game, and we're also indebted to Talusha Galani, who has produced this amazing show. So from them, from this audience, here in Mumbai, and from me, Nicholas Parsons, thank you for being with us, and tune in again the next time we play Just a Minute! Welcome to Just a Minute. My name is Nicholas Parsons, and as the minute waltz fades away once more, it's my huge pleasure to welcome our many listeners, not only in Britain, but around the world. But also to welcome our audience here, because it's another exceptional recording. We have once again returned to India. In fact, we never left the country. We're doing the second call here. And we have a wonderful Mumbai audience here, ready and eager for us to start, full of expectancy and fun. And we have those same 4 players we had before, and they are from Britain, Paul Merton and Marcus Brigstock, and from India, Anubhav Pal and Cyrus Brochard. They're both comedians, they're both entertainers, they're both presenters. Will you please welcome all 4 of them? And once again, I'm going to ask them to speak if they can on a subject that I give them, and they will try and do that without hesitation, repetition, or deviation. And this particular recording is coming from the Comedy Store in the centre of Mumbai. And Marcus Brigstock, we'd like you to begin the next show. Oh, what a lovely subject to begin with. And what a difficult one to cope with. Mumbai traffic. Marcus, tell us something about Mumbai traffic in just a minute if you can, starting now.
As you wander softly through the boulevards of old Mumbai, you may be fortunate enough to catch sight of a motor vehicle as it breezes past you, exploring the old streets, with the driver perhaps staring listlessly out of the window, wondering if he'll be lucky enough to see another motorist.
And Val, you've challenged.
Deviation?
Why?
From reality.
Listeners, I can tell you that round of applause endorses his challenge because it is deviation from reality. If you try to walk the streets of Mumbai, you take your life in your hands, I can tell you.
I found a very quiet bit this afternoon. It was quite delightful.
I think he was walking inside his hotel.
No, anyway, I agree with your challenge. Well done. And you have a correct challenge, therefore you get a point for a correct challenge. You take over the subject. 42 seconds are still available. Mumbai traffic starting now.
The lights went to red.
Yeah.
Hesitation.
You didn't actually start.
It's Mumbai traffic. I had to hesitate.
No, they don't hesitate. They just go... And I've worked something out, actually. All that tooting they do is not an aggressive one to say, get out of my way. It's to let them know, we're beside you. Just move over. Just say... It's a different skill of driving that you evolve and develop, and it's most amazing.
And you don't even need a license.
Anyway, beside the point, Paul, we have to give that to you, a correct challenge of hesitation, and there are 40 seconds are still available. Mumbai traffic starting now.
I have some experience of Mumbai traffic. I was in a taxi and the driver went for a gap that wasn't there. But by the time we arrived at the gap that wasn't there, well, there was a gap that was there.
Repetition of the gap that wasn't
The gap
there.
I know, I like the way it was sounding, so I didn't stop. I could see myself saying it, but I thought I don't care.
Paul, bad luck. Marcus, correct challenge. 32 seconds still available. Mumbai traffic starting now.
Beep, honk, toot, blast, shrill, trill, and all the other sounds.
Paul challenge.
Shrill?
Yeah.
Isn't that a popular bird jigs back home?
Yeah, so I got in one of those fancy taxis that had the elaborate horn.
But it was still repetition of trill, so Paul, a correct challenge. And you have 28 seconds. Mumbai traffic starting now.
Beep, beeps. These are noises that you hear in the streets of Mumbai as the various motor vehicles have been licensed by the local authorities head towards...
Cyrus, you challenge.
It's French. Stumble. Something.
You have the subject, Cyrus, and it's Mumbai traffic, and you have 18 seconds starting now.
Mumbai traffic is divided into different things: scooters, motorcycles, Hyundai cars, Honda. We've also got Maruti. We've also got Toyota.
Repetition of we've also got.
Yeah.
Okay, you made your point.
This is our second visit to Mumbai, the Comedy Store, and I think the audiences are getting onto the wavelength of the show. Because nearly every one of them spotted that repetition.
They're all saying they were
Yes.
better than us.
8 seconds are available for you, Marcus, on Mumbai traffic starting now.
I've devised the most ingenious way of crossing the road. You simply head for the densest part of the traffic and climb across the top of the vehicles.
Right, so whoever is speaking this game when the whistle goes gains an extra point, and it was Marcus Brigstock, so naturally he's in the lead at the end of that round. And Ubab, I'd like you to begin the next round.
Right.
And the subject we've got here...
Yes.
It's about that wonderful game which we brought to India and the Indians are now teaching everybody else. It's just not cricket. Will you tell us something about that phrase in this game starting now?
When India plays outside the country, it's just not cricket.
Cyrus, your challenge.
15-second hesitation.
I know that's the sad thing about this game. It gets a big laugh. You've got to keep going.
Right.
Yeah.
Let him go on that one.
Anubab, you've got 53 seconds on. It's just not cricket. Starting now.
I had a punchline, now I have no idea what I'm going to say.
Paul,
Hesitation.
hesitation. Have you got your punchline yet?
I've already hesitated on it.
49 seconds for you, Paul, on It's Just Not Cricket. Starting now.
The game of lawn tennis is just not cricket. There are other sports that aren't cricket as well. They involve rugby, basketball, swimming, synchronised variety of that particular activity, hop, skip and jump. That doesn't involve cricket. There's lots of things that aren't cricket. If we look round at this audience now, I can see several people that aren't cricket. There's a man over there. Oh, actually, he's a fifth test. I can see him over here.
Right. Anubab, you've challenged.
Hesitation on the kind of man.
You have a correct challenge, Anubab, and you have 20 seconds. The subject is still It's Just Not Cricket, and start now.
However,
Paul challenge.
Was a bit of a hesitation.
There was a big hesitation. Anubab, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and allow you to continue, because you've only played it once before. So you carry on. I will give you the subject. Take a breath and begin on now. Ready? I haven't said it yet.
Between the two extremes, there's a happy medium.
Yes. 26 seconds. It's Just Not Cricket. Starting now.
is it possible not
No,
to...
right. Paul challenge.
Deviation.
Oh,
He
what?
didn't hesitate.
Very good. What I do on these occasions, I give Paul a bonus point because we enjoyed his interruption there.
Very good.
But anyway, you get a point because you weren't interrupted.
Thank
keep
you.
the subject. 24 seconds. It's Just Not Cricket. Starting now.
We've lost 15 games in a row, it's impossible not to hesitate.
Marcus challenge.
He pointed out that it was impossible not to hesitate and then hesitated.
Marcus, a correct challenge. There are 20 seconds. It's Just Not Cricket. Starting now.
The phrase "it's just not cricket" is used by lots of plummy British people to describe things that they don't like. They'll say, "It's just not cricket." And what they mean by that is that they have found the entire thing to be against the rules and not running with the flow of things. Because cricket, of course, has rules and structures that are...
Paul challenge.
Sadly, a repetition of rules.
Oh, rules, yes. And
Yes.
so you've got the subject back, Paul, and you have 2 seconds to go. Ooh, not much. It's Just Not Cricket, Paul. Starting now.
It's just not cricket, said W.G. Grace as he stood outside.
So Paul Merton was then speaking as the whistle went, gained that extra point. At the end of that round, Paul Merton and Marcus Brigstock are equal in the lead, followed by Anubab Pal and then Cyrus. brochure. And Cyrus, it's back with you to begin. You can take a horse to water. That is the subject, and there are 60 seconds starting now.
You can take a horse to the water, but unfortunately we have a bit of a water shortage at the moment. We also have horses which are disease-bound and are dying left, right and center. Today, as we speak, 365 horses died of thirst.
Anubab's challenge.
Deviation. I think he's solving a municipal problem here.
Which includes water and horses.
So an incorrect challenge. You have another point, Cyrus, and you have 49 seconds. You can take a horse to the water starting now.
Of course, the problem is far worse in Arabia, where water is very scarce and horses are sometimes eaten as part of a cultural...
Paul, challenge.
A repetition of horses.
Yes.
But horses is...
No, it's
no,
a horse.
horse.
It's singular.
It says horse.
Paul has played the
See, in
game.
Punjab, we say horses for horse.
So, Paul, you have 42 seconds, and you take over the subject of you can take a horse to the water starting now.
You can take a horse to the water, but you cannot make it drink. What does this say mean? It means that you can put a child in...
Marcus' challenge.
It's actually, I've realised, an incorrect challenge. I was going to say reputation of mean, but he said mean and then means.
That's right,
So,
well done.
so I'm sorry.
He's played the game a lot. He's up to these little tricks. Yes, he's definitely
Well,
not.
don't clap. I screwed it up.
Different thing.
35 seconds are still available, Paul. You can take a horse to water starting now.
I believe it was Dorothy Parker who was asked to come up with a variation with this, and she said you can take a whore to culture, but you cannot make her think. This was around the Algonquin table in New York in the 1920s, where the other wits who worked for the New Yorker magazine would gather around and tell each other these magnificent anecdotes and funny stories. Other people at that table were... I've said table 3 times now.
We just wanted to listen to that story.
Marcus, you challenge first.
Yes, repetition of table, helpfully
yes.
pointed out by Paul.
11 seconds. You can take a horse to the water starting now.
You can take a horse to water the plants in your garden, but it will have trouble reaching the hanging baskets unless it leans right back on its haunches, in which case it may be able...
Sarah's challenge.
It. I heard all of it. 1 and 2 fine because it's a small word and we
No,
small
it
people-
doesn't matter. If he repeats it...
Yes,
often
no, I
enough,
did,
it is
I
repeat,
did.
Yes, and he did. And you've got in Cyrus cleverly with 2 seconds to go. You can take a horse to the water starting now.
You can take a horse to the water, but remember...
Right, at the end of that round, Cyrus Rocha was talking as the whistle went and has increased his position. But he's still 1 point behind our leader, Marcus Brigstock. And the others 2 are trading, Paul, and then comes Anubab. And Marcus Brigstock, it's your turn to begin. The subject is now playing by the rules. Tell us something about that subject in this game starting now.
Playing by the rules in just a minute is very easy because, of course, we have the watchful eye of the lovely Mr. Nicholas Parsons, who, unbeknownst to this audience here, keeps a cattle prod beneath these desks, and if you break the rules more than once, he will attach it to a certain part of your anatomy, pull the trigger, and you will certainly not be breaking the rules again. That's how Nicholas runs this ship, and...
Paul challenge.
Sadly, a repetition of Nicholas.
Yes.
I don't think it's sad. It's a
Although,
lovely
no.
thing to repeat.
Yes, it's true.
Very
We can't,
rude.
we
He's
can't
right
have
there.
enough of Nicholas Parsons. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
I was going to give you a bonus point for that, but didn't get enough applause, really. Oh, I don't think I can now. I was breaking it there, wasn't I?
You were.
But a correct challenge. He did repeat, Nicholas. 38 seconds, Paul, on playing by the rules starting now.
Playing by the rules in life could be a good moral, perhaps, if you want to continue your existence on this wonderful planet of ours. But if people don't play by the rules, perhaps they're giving themselves an edge over their opponents. If your rivals are playing by the rules, but you actually cheat by turning up early at a particular function or speaking to the manager ahead of them, you don't have to play by the rules if you want to get ahead in this life. That's what I think I'm...
Marcus challenge.
Repetition of life.
Yes, absolutely.
Which, of course,
Before.
enters this into a big theological debate. Since we're here in India, I don't know...
Nicholas, you could help. Is reincarnation repetition or not?
You are outrageous, the things you say to me, and you get away with it.
Yeah, I know, it's
but
funny,
I laugh
isn't it?
as well because they're funny. Right, so Marcus, a correct challenge, 16 seconds, playing by the rules, starting now.
Playing by the rules has never been something I'm particularly good at, having been expelled 3 times from separate schools, although, of course, that is, of course, mandatory. When you are.
Yes. Of
course, of course.
Yes, of course.
Of course, of course.
Yes, that's right.
Unless that's an English phrase.
8 seconds for you, Cyrus, on playing by the rules, starting now.
Playing by the rules has not been invented in the subcontinent as yet. We haven't yet reached the point where...
Yet.
Yes, the audience are ahead of you on all these things, haven't
Do you think we should give the audience a buzzer each?
And the kettle prod.
But Marcus, you had a correct challenge then. You've got 2 seconds on playing by the rules, starting now.
Playing by the rules is absolutely pointless. I don't see...
So, Marcus Brigstock speaking as the whistle went gained another point. So, Anubab, it's your turn to begin, and the subject now is...
Yes, Nicholas.
Tongue twisters. I mean, you're going in your second language here, and you're going to tell us something in English about tongue twisters. 60 seconds, starting now.
Tongue twisting is something I do on Thursdays, on days when I am not eating non-vegetarian food. I like to sit in a hot tub and twist things.
Cyrus, your challenge.
I thought the twist was a little...
It was hesitation,
Hesitant.
definitely. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Did he?
That's what I like.
It's not an easy thing to do, Nicholas.
No, it isn't. No.
And the constant talk about food is getting to me. I haven't eaten since 3.
For 48 seconds, Cyrus. Tell us something about tongue twisters, starting now.
Tongue twisting is very difficult, and I'm going to show you 3 easy steps to make sure everybody in this room will be able to learn how to tongue twist. First, take your tongue to this side, and then move it around, After that...
Marcus, challenge.
Yes, a repetition of...
No! No! There were 2 distinct sounds. And then,
Yes,
I would like the August body here to make
the hair was different, but the
You're pulling at hairs here. It's...
I am not. Your first ha was the same as your last ha.
We have many more languages. Ours are much more... It's very subtle.
All right, I will put it to the audience.
No.
Do you agree with the challenge? Now, wait a minute. You can't all do it together.
This sounds like the Indian Parliament.
Move it up.
And so, Marcus, that was a correct challenge.
Right.
34 seconds. Tongue twisters, starting now.
The best tongue twister I've ever heard is she sells seashells on the seashore, but I can't complete the rest of it because it involves repetition. Twisting tongues is something that happened at my boarding school, strangely enough, as a punishment for turning up late or being early or on time. They just seem to enjoy twisting our tongues, and that's pretty much what British educational establishments are like. But there we go, there's no point in complaining, is there? You just talk, if you still can, once your tongue has been twisted and occasionally removed in the case of one small boy who I sat next to in class. He limped
Well, he was going so well, but it was a hesitation.
It was a hesitation, yes.
Thank God someone buzzed. I was running out of oxygen.
Hesitation on a small boy.
That also happened.
For 1 second. Tongue twisters, starting now.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled...
So, Paul Merton was then speaking as a whistle when gained that extra point, and the scores are at the end of that round that Marcus Brigstock is in the lead, just ahead of Paul Merton, followed by Anubab Bal and Cyrus Brusha. There we are.
But it says Cyrus 5 and Anubab 4. What kind of scoring is that? Okay,
The
whatever.
right kind.
But Cyrus, it's your turn to begin, so we'd like you to talk about aunts and uncles. And you have 60 seconds, starting now.
My aunt is actually my uncle. The story is long and sad. My aunt used to live in a place 3 floors above me. Her name was Teresa. And interestingly, for 24 years, she wore stilettos and nothing else. She'd knock on the door every morning at 6 o'clock and sing Ave Maria in Konkani. Of course, that's exactly the same as the title I just mentioned. I would like to add here that everybody has an aunt who's actually an uncle, and sometimes an uncle who may perhaps be an aunt.
Paul Challenge.
Is it on the card aunts and uncles?
Is aunts and uncles in the plural. But just to keep you quiet, I'm going to give you a bonus point. But Paul had a correct...
Bribery is always welcome.
But Paul had a correct challenge, and there are 33 seconds, Paul. Aunts and uncles starting now.
Aunts and uncles is all particularly relative, I suppose. You can't choose your parents, neither can you pick your aunts or uncles. But when I think of my family tree, I realise I've been blessed in both departments. I have some aunts that are actually... What? Sorry,
I just listened to the audience screaming and I wasn't very sure.
There was someone just going, aye.
No, there's a sailor at the back.
No. He did repeat aye. You listened well. You had your friend in the audience who told you. And 19 seconds are available for you, Cyrus, on aunts and uncles starting now.
I would like to now name my aunt, Roshan, for...
And Anuvab, you said.
Hesitation on name of aunt.
It's
Unless the aunt
Aroshan.
is named,
It's a Parsi
Roshan.
name. It's a Parsi name, Aroshan.
I gave you the benefit of the doubt last time. I'm going to give it to Anubhav this time. 14 seconds for you, Anubhav. Aunts and uncles starting now.
Cyrus's aunt, Aroshan, is a lovely lady. She, like Charles Dickens.
He hesitated.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
You said her name was Aroshan.
No, after that.
You're talking rubbish.
No, I swear. I swear on my aunt. I swear on my aunt. He did.
But he didn't hesitate. That's what I'm saying.
Well, looky here. He did. He did ask the audience. Audience, this is very unfair. It's
I dislike all of you immensely.
All right, Cyrus. You fight hard for your points, don't you?
Thank you.
You've got 11 seconds left. Aunts and uncles starting now.
I will now name my uncles in order of appearance.
Cyrus, you challenged yourself.
Did I? It was my uncle.
Marcus. All right, Marcus. Benefit of the doubt.
Yes, it was a
8
repetition
seconds.
of I will now name.
No, I didn't say I will now name when I did the aunt thing. I said my aunts are. Marcus.
Imagine this going for 45 years without you.
You're quite right. How the hell did we do this game without you before?
You left in 1947. Why?
It was a quiet, organised, orderly game, and you suddenly come in the middle
What do you
of
think
it.
we did to cricket?
No, you may.
I hate to interrupt. I'm still trying to figure out the name of his aunt.
Roshan. Oh, she's Italian.
Hate to think what it's like in your home on occasions.
Separate bedrooms.
Separate bedrooms, but you've got all these aunts and uncles there.
And
8 seconds, Cyrus. Tell us more about your aunts and uncles, starting now.
okay, starting now. This is going to a foreign language.
Marcus.
Deviation from any recognisable word.
All language. Entire tournament. Right.
Marcus, you have a correct challenge. You have 5 seconds. Aunts and uncles, starting now.
Aunts versus Uncles was a game that we enjoyed playing as children, where my uncles would...
So, Marcus Brigstock was in speak as the whistle went, gained that extra point, and has increased his lead at the end of the round. So as we move into the final round, let me give the situation. Anuvab Pal is in 4th place. But a very good 4th place.
Yeah.
Very strong.
Best 4th place.
A very colourful one as well.
Thank you.
And Cyrus Broshai, you're doing extremely well, but you're still in 3rd place. But you're only 2 points behind Paul Merton, and he is 3 or 4 points behind Marcus Brigstock, who's in the lead as we begin the final round. And Marcus, it's actually your turn to begin. The subject is in a pickle. Tell us something about that phrase in this game, starting now.
In a pickle, I once found almost an entire lime. It was sour, bitter, and it hurt my mouth. However, I'd put it in, so I decided to swallow it anyway, and then coughed and spluttered all over the meal I was enjoying. In a pickle is a phrase that people use for when they find themselves in a tricky situation, such as being stared at by a room full of people who are yet to laugh at anything I've said in this particular section, although there they go now, albeit not all of them.
I think that round of applause is called sympathy.
You've heard a lot of it, haven't you, Nicholas?
You are wicked. I create a noose and I stick my head into it, don't I? Right. Cyrus, you challenge first.
Yes, sir.
What was it?
He stumbled.
I did.
And that's
He
where
did
they get the
stumble. Yes,
sympathy
that's all
wave.
right. No, you've got it right. I have to hear from you. 38 seconds. Its subject is in a pickle, starting now.
In a pickle, or as we like to say in India, in a pickle, because our pronunciations have always been a little different, means you're in a little bit of trouble. Now let me explain to you my in a pickle situation.
Anuvab.
Deviation from how we pronounce pickle. Nobody says pickle.
Who says pickle? It's a long story. I can't. I do
Listen, do you anybody over here say pickle instead of pickle?
Fantasy, but I have heard a man say pickle. In Noida, I have heard a man say pickle. Give me the pickle. I heard it clearly.
The benefit of the doubt goes to Anubhav here. Inner pickles are subject. 28 seconds starting now.
For the 3 billion people who think we pronounce pickle, I just wanted to apologize.
Yeah, all right. It was hesitation. 29 seconds. Inner pickle. Back with you, Sarah, starting now.
Some absolute moron calls it pickle. I call it pickle.
Marcus challenge.
Repetition of pickle.
Don't try and justify that one, Cyrus. You said
He's hitting below the pickle.
No. Marcus, there are 22 seconds available. Inner pickle starting now.
Pickling is a sport that I've enjoyed many times. It's similar to cycling, only different because you do it riding a piece of pickle.
Cyrus, you
Deviation, where's the pickle situation? It's all gone. He's cycling and pickling and it's all over the place. I'm losing thought here.
Quiet! Control yourself, please!
I'm suffering. I want my lawyer.
You don't need a lawyer. You speak well enough on your own. I'm agreeing with you, Cyrus. It was a correct challenge for you. 17 seconds. Inner pickle starting now.
Yes, Inner Pickle is a story about a young girl who had a little problem.
Marcus challenge.
Yes, deviation. I've never heard of the word kolodolum.
In defense of Cyrus, it's a very common word in Delhi.
Marcus, correct challenge. And you have 12 seconds. Inner pickle starting now.
In a pickle, you can shove a massive dosa, which is exactly what I did this afternoon. The thing I was eating was larger than my leg, and I was very excited by the size of it. It was called a paper one, and it had cheese inside it and was smeared with pickle.
So, Marcus Brigstock speaking as the whistle went, gained another point. So, it only remains to give you the final score. Anubhav finished in 4th place.
Thank you.
And in 2nd place was his other Indian compatriot, Osiris Brosha. But he was only 1 point behind Paul Merton, who has played the game many times.
Interject for a second,
Yes,
Your Lordship. I just think culturally, again, you've come to India, so it's not right that the foreign guy wins. We don't allow that, especially in cricket. So, I would say that perhaps one of us should be given the grand prize, even though we were by far the worst two on the dais.
Well, let me put it this way. Marcus Brigstock finished up with the most points. And technically, within the rules of just a minute, he is the winner. But as this is our 2nd visit to Mumbai, and I think our 2 Indian guests have contributed so much on both occasions, I'm going to say today they are both the joint winners.
And once again, another victory not legitimately earned.
I think your passion and your contribution and your erudition and your humour meant that it was properly earned.
Thank you.
It only remains for me to say thank you to these 4 fine players of the game, Paul Merton, Anubhav Pal, Cyrus Brosha and Marcus Brigstock. I thank to Lucia Galani for having helped me with the score and also blown her whistle with great aplomb, and who's produced this amazing show. And we're indebted to Ian Messiter, who created this amazing game. So from them, from this audience here in Mumbai, and from me, Nicholas Parsons, thank you for being with us, and tune in again the next time we play Just a Minute.
And you can find clips and photos from their Indian adventure on the Radio 4 website. Now, although that was the last in the present series of Just a Minute on radio, it's there on TV, complete with Nicholas Parsons on BBC 2 each weeknight at 6. And Busy Man, he'll be back here on Radio 4 to infiltrate and investigate India's jam clubs, which have been influenced by the show. That's next Monday morning at 11:30.
Welcome to Just a Minute! And as the minute waltz fades away, what a joy to welcome you to Just a Minute here in Edinburgh. I'm Sue Perkins and we're broadcasting from the BBC Festivals at Dynamic Earth in the heart of this extraordinary city. Now time to introduce you to the 4 marvellous, talented people who are playing Just a Minute this week. They are Ian Smith, Uruj Ashfaq, Giles Brandreth and Janie Godley. Please whoop and cheer for them! I'm going to ask them all to speak on a subject I give them for 60 seconds without repeating, deviating or hesitating. So we shall see how that goes. Janie, we're going to start with you. Hello, my friends.
Hiya.
Now, the subject I'm giving you is how to make a good first impression. You know exactly how to roll with this one. Can you speak for 60 seconds without hesitating, repeating or deviating on how to make a good first impression starting now?
The best first impression I ever made was at Turnberry Beach when the president of the American state of America was arriving. Mr. Trump was there, and I decided to get a piece of lino, reverse it, and put a beautiful sign on it to make that special first impression. When he saw me from his helicopter, it was love at first sight. He sent down an FBI agent to say, "Can you please come up and kiss my master's feet?" I said, "No. Have you actually read the sign I am holding?" This made me the best impression you could ever give on somebody for the very first impression meeting. I loved being in that special piece of grass near that beautiful hotel, and my goodness, did that Sharpie work well. I invented...
Do you know what? I got such a rush off that, I'm not ashamed to say. It's so joyful.
As Donald loves me, this is so beautiful.
I think really it played to so many of your strengths, Janie.
It did.
It was such an evocative moment, that.
It was, and that piece of lino and Sharpie, when I showed my husband it, he went, "Okay, have you got the lawyer on speed dial?" And I did.
It's a very memorable and evocative message. I mean, you can look it up online if you like. Wonderful. Well, listen, you were speaking as the whistle went. You get a point. You spoke for an entire minute. You get an extra point. What a wonderful way to kickstart the show. I expect nothing less. Right, Giles. Let's have a look which subject you're going to delight us with now. Now, your subject is, oh dear, local delicacies. Let's hear what Giles has to say about local delicacies. 60 seconds starting now.
Well, when I am here in Edinburgh, I always start with porridge as my favourite local delicacy. It's what a Scotsman calls haute cuisine. But tatties, neeps, deep-fried Mars bars, these are all, for me, local delicacies. I discovered something called cullen skink recently, which is a kind of fish soup, and cockaliki is another liquid that I adore as a local delicacy. I myself have not met many American presidents, but I was once recently, in fact,
Ian, you challenged.
Yes, I challenged the phrase, I felt like there were 3 hesitations put into one, which almost sounded like a word. It almost fooled me.
It was a cluster hesitation, I think, as he often does, from cockaliki to the American presidency. It was a correct challenge. I can say no more than that, other than you get the point, and also you get the subject, which, to remind everybody, is local delicacy. So you've got that time, and it starts now.
My favourite local delicacy from Scotland is a thing called the peppermint slice, which is very much like a millionaire shortbread, but the caramel has been replaced with a minty cream that stays solid to the mouth. Now, these are usually found in the Aberdeenshire area, which is where I get them from. You can't usually find them in Edinburgh, but one thing.
Giles has buzzed in. Your challenge, Giles.
Well, there was a moment of hesitation, but there was a repetition of usually.
Yes, well, there was both, but it was an excellent inaugural punt at this topic.
Thank you.
Now, the rules of Just a Minute are very, very simple, and everybody knows them, and you could go up to people in the street and they know them, but it's all in the nuance. Now, Giles buzzed with 1 second remaining. And bearing in mind that Giles has played the game a lot over
42 years.
Yes. Yes.
They're applauding because I'm still alive.
Yes. Still going.
It's marvellous, and several of my carers who have retired are here today.
Well, listen, you know, under the rules of Just a Minute, of course, it's a correct challenge. But then I look at the 42 years and I look at this majestic start made by this fine man, and I think, yep, it's all yours, Ian. You've got 1 second. It stays with you. Giles gets the point for the correct challenge, but you get to finish the subject. Your time starts now.
Well, I never...
Well done, you get the point for speaking as the whistle went. Arooj, hello and welcome to the show.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
So you've got the cut of everyone's jib now. You get the way this is going to roll.
Yes, I understand it now.
Completely. Could you tell me what it's all about? Because I'm struggling. Have been for some time. All right, you go put us straight. What have we got in store for you? Okay. So your subject is breaking the ice.
Okay.
Breaking the ice. What can you tell us about that subject in 60 seconds, starting now?
Breaking the ice is when you start to talk to strangers, and my favorite way of beginning a conversation is to ask people how they're doing, because everybody loves to talk about how they feel. If you really listen, people will tell you what they're going through, and they will keep talking until you ask them a follow-up question, which is to ask them how they're...
A stonking debut. But the challenge was made by, I believe, Giles.
Oh, my challenge was hesitation.
Yes. But that was, you spoke beautifully for 26 seconds, which is no mean feat. Well done. Very, very strong. My first 3 words on my first ever subject on Just a Minute were why oh why. So congratulations to you. Well done. Well done indeed. Giles, correct challenge. You get the subject, breaking the ice. 34 seconds remain, starting now.
When I first encountered Arooj this evening, I broke the ice by saying I know exactly who you are because I have been to Mumbai, where you are one of the most popular comedians available now, performing on YouTube and on social media with many millions of followers. Arooj, I said, you are my kind of entertainer.
Ian.
Repetition of Arooj's name.
Yes, Arooj. Yes.
I broke the ice with Arooj by saying I'd repeat her name several times until she was well known enough in England to move here because she's so brilliant. We want her in this country rather than Mumbai. So I will be saying Arooj on quite a regular basis.
Correct challenge, Ian. You get the subjects and you get the point for the challenge. You've got 15 seconds remaining, and to remind you, the subject is breaking the ice, and the time starts now.
Breaking the ice is an incredibly important thing to do if someone is trapped underneath it because they've tried to do some cold water swimming. And then once you have broken the ice, you can start a conversation with them, which is called double breaking the ice.
Ian, playing a blinder on his first ever Just a Minute, speaks as the whistle goes, which means he gets the point. End of the first round. Let's have a look at a few scores. And, oh, it's tight. There's nothing really between the bottom 3. But out in front on his first ever show, Ian! Right. Janie, back with you. You dazzled on your first round. Let's see what you can do with this one.
Oh, it's all going to go downhill in a big, giant, geggy handcart, but let's go.
Absolutely no way, Jose. It's heckling a walking tour. Oh, yes. This is a fabulous subject. Heckling a walking tour. Can you speak, as we know you can, without hesitating, repeating or deviating on heckling a walking tour? Your time starts now.
When I lived in fish markets close in Edinburgh, they used to have a walking tour come round every night at 8 o'clock, when the man would wear a cape and white makeup, and I would send my daughter Ashley down to shout, "Woo!" right into his face, because that annoyed me absolutely no end. A good thing not to do is throw a bucket of water over the veranda. That can really upset the walking tour. Also, shouting loudly when people are talking about ghosts and things that don't really exist in Edinburgh.
Giles.
On behalf of the Edinburgh Tourist Board, may I say that ghosts exist everywhere, at every corner. This is Ghost City.
True.
You're right. I mean, if people start to believe that ghosts don't exist, then an awful amount of the GDP of Edinburgh's sort of touring world does go down the pan.
Just a tip for everyone here. When Ashley was very young, when I used to do the festival, I would pay the man on the walking tour to take her round with him for like 3 hours. And it's a really cheap babysitting service. Possibly illegal, but she came back with a really good woo.
And a great knowledge of the fish markets.
True story.
I love it. Giles, you don't seem to have a challenge according to the rules of Just a Minute.
Oh, yes, a deviation from the truth. Ghosts are essential.
Well, ghosts might be essential, but they are unproven, unless you're taking the word of Yvette Fielding at face value, and...
Unless you're talking about Jacob's Rees-Mogg, who is a haunted Victorian pencil.
So, Giles, you interrupted the flow there. I mean, I like the fact that you made a needed intervention in terms of the ghosts of this world. Who'd have thought you'd be their champion? But anyway, you've done the thing, you've socked it to the living, and you've really waved the flag for the undead. But Janie, there's no reason for you to stop talking. And so with 24 seconds left, please carry on telling us about heckling a walking tour. Your time starts now.
The best thing not to do when the Orange Walk goes through Glasgow, which is technically a walking tour, is to shout, "Are you really Captain Hook?" That upsets them no end. The other thing is, to run between the lines of said walking tour can result in you getting hit by a baton by a very small child who's really good at twirling it on the walking tour up into the air.
Well, it's joyful listening to you. Who knows what would have happened if the Pro-Ghost Alliance hadn't interrupted you. But well done. Speaking as the whistle went, you get that point. That was wonderful stuff indeed. Now, Rouge, we are with you now, my lovely. Your subject is the hottest ticket in town. The hottest ticket in town. You've got 60 seconds to dazzle us on that. Hottest ticket in town, and your time starts now.
The hottest tickets in town were to my favorite musician, singer and composer A.R. Rahman's concert. I was extremely excited to be attending said concert.
Ian.
Well, as she said concert implies concert was said. This is repetition.
There was a repetition of concerts. Yes, there was a repetition of concerts. So it was a correct challenge.
The trick is to say the concert which I haven't mentioned before. To fool people.
I'm not sure how many people would be fooled.
Worth a try?
I mean, it's always worth a try, isn't it? It is. I think the only people you'll fool is the people who've just walked in to the living room where the radio is playing at that specific moment. But it was a correct challenge. I'm going to give you the point. But I'm going to let Aruj carry on because I want to hear all about the hottest ticket in town. 40 seconds remain. So you have the subject back and your time starts now.
Oh, but I didn't have access to his tickets because as soon as they were uploaded on the website, they sold out. I had to ask my friends if they'd acquired any of those papers that led you into the said event because I was desperate to listen to his tunes and sway and dance and...
Beautiful. Giles.
I fear there was a bit of hesitation.
It was a little bit of hesitation, but I think you were captured by the idea of swaying and dancing. It was beautiful. It was poetic. But I can only give one benefit of the doubt in one subject. So, yep, correct challenge. Like Ian, you will also get the point, but this time you will get the subject. With 23 seconds remaining, hottest ticket in town. Your time starts now.
When Sheila Hancock and I were recently asked to audition for Celebrity Naked Attraction, they said it will be the hottest ticket in town, and we can take it on tour. Who needs Strictly Come Dancing, the live show, when we can have the hottest ticket in town from this great dame and you? Let's hope the weather isn't too chilly and you can give us everything you've got to offer.
Well done, Giles. Speaking as the whistle was blown, you get the point. Right, Ian, we're with you next, and the subject is how to tell lies.
Okay.
How to tell lies without hesitating, repeating or deviating, please. 60 seconds starts now.
I was taught how to tell lies when I was serving in the Vietnam War. My commanding officer told me that you should maintain eye contact with anyone that you are telling a lie to, and you should always cross your fingers, as that is the law when telling a lie, but to hide them, perhaps behind your back, maybe you could put your hands down your trousers, although that may lead to something else which you will then also have to lie about.
So, Jamie, you buzzed. What was your challenge?
Hesitation.
Yes, it was a very long I.
Oh, are you not allowed to sort of almost sing one word?
When you say almost sing, I mean, no. I mean, otherwise every single subject would just be, go on for 60 seconds, and I'd be, well done, you were singing as the whistle went. But that, I was captivated. We might hear more of your lies and your time. And by the way, I thank you for your service. I think it's important that we acknowledge those who serve. It's incredibly important. Right, Janie, it was a correct challenge. There was a very elongated vowel, which meant that the brain was catching up. Therefore, I see that's hesitation. 30 seconds, please. How to tell lies, starting now.
The best way to tell lies is to keep your eyes shut and say anything you want to say by making sure you put your fingers round your own fingers. Oh!
Giles.
Repetition of fingers.
Yeah.
Yes. Fingers was indeed a repetition. You get the subject with 18 seconds remaining, which is how to tell lies, and your time starts now.
As a sometime member of Parliament, I am professionally incapable of telling lies because we are all honourable members.
Ian buzzed.
Yeah. Well, when we said ghosts didn't exist, isn't that a deviation from the truth to say he's incapable of lying if you're in Parliament, as a rule?
Well,
it seems to be a prerequisite.
I would...
Did you not say capable?
Yes. I was trying to explain that members of Parliament, professionally, apparently are not allowed to say lies. You're not allowed to accuse anyone of telling a lie in the House of Commons. That's one of the rules, because they're all supposed to be honourable members. I was just setting out the historical context, but I understand the reservations that you might have.
We're getting into very deep water. I mean, I would say, Ian, your point does stand, that currently it seems to be more the rule that people will tell lies in the mother of all parliaments. But we can't prove that, so I'm going to give you a point because I liked where you were going. But Giles, you keep the subject. 11 seconds. How to tell lies. Let's keep away from the thorny issue of politics, starting now.
They were called porky pies when I was a little boy, and I met that sweet girl, Susan, and shared my gobstopper with her. She wanted to give me an aniseed ball and told me I was telling lies.
Right, so, the scores are developing, as indeed they must, because we're at the end of round 2. We have Uruj just slightly in fourth, just behind Janie, who's a little way behind Giles, but 1 point ahead of Giles, we have the current leader, Ian.
Yay!
We move to round 3. Now Janie, back with you. Your subject is the Royal Mile. Can you speak for 60 seconds without hesitating, repeating or deviating? That marvellous stretch, the Royal Mile, starting now.
The Royal Mile isn't actually a mile. It's 223 feet, 476 inches. I'm lying about that just to annoy Giles because he's looked at me as though I've literally kicked his cat to death. The Royal Mile is a beautiful piece of architecture. You have bookshops, you have tram shops, you have beautiful...
Giles.
Only because Janie is so experienced, I pick up on the triple repetition of you have.
Shops.
Yes.
Yeah, and
It's
shops.
a wonderful rhetorical flourish, but repetition.
Yes. You can't deny it. They came so close to one another that I must, of course, see that challenge through. Correct challenge, Giles. You get the point. 38 seconds remaining on the Royal Mile. Tell us something about that, please, if you care, starting now.
Some years ago, I was excited to be cast as Francis II of France when he married Mary, Queen of Scots, and on the Royal Mile, they celebrated this occasion in 1558 with an extraordinary pageant. People were there dressed in amusing costumes, and I myself attended in the role of this Frankish prince. And I looked very good, I must say, with an amusing moustache. And the Royal Mile had never smiled as much as it did that day when I came prancing down in my leotard, a quadruple-shaped. And yes, they said, oh goodness, isn't he gorgeous, this wonderful creature? The Royal Mile is celebrating today this unique talent that has brought with it the history of...
Wonderfully done. And for those wanting to learn about the Royal Mile, Giles has exclusively squared it within his own experience of wearing a leotard and prancing around like a Frankish prince. Delightful. Speaking as the whistle went. Well done, Giles. Beautiful evocation. You get the point. Right. You also get the next subject, by the way, which is watching paint dry. Can you speak about watching paint dry? Your time starts now.
I don't mind watching paint dry when I am in Mumbai, because there, my favourite country, I meet some of my favourite people. And Uruj and I...
Uruj, you challenge.
Repetition of favourite?
Absolutely correct. Well done.
Everyone's really relieved I did something. Thank you.
I think we're just relieved that you can maybe... I don't want to see what Giles does to Mumbai after what he did to the Royal Mile. I think we're in safer hands. Right, you get the points. It was a correct challenge. What can you tell us about watching paint dry, Uruj? Your time starts now.
Watching paint dry is not as boring as people think, because the paint dries in interesting ways in different patches. Some dry first and the others are less wet later. I am a huge fan of the color red. It is interesting to watch it fade away and become a slime.
Wonderful stuff, but the challenge was made by Giles.
Yes, I'm afraid there was hesitation.
Yes. But I loved it, because actually your voice faded away with the word fade. It's really evocative. I want you to know that I just felt immersed in an incredibly sort of powerful radio drama then. Captivated. Sadly, we're in just a minute, and I have to give the points to Giles. So, you get the subject 21 seconds on watching paint dry. It's back with you, Giles. Your time starts now.
Richard of York gave battle in vain is the acronym that I use to remember the colours of the rainbow. And watching paint dry with those wonderful patterners is what gives me a curious erotic charge. It's the sweep of the paint across the wall, particularly when it comes to indigo, one of my most gorgeous of all kinds of...
Well, we've learnt even more about Giles. Really is that easy. Okay, you were speaking as the whistle went. You get the point. Well done, my friend. Now we move to our final round. Oh. Yeah, I know. Oh. Well, we are with Ian for this one. And as an Edinburgh Fringe special event, we've taken a subject from our wonderful audience tonight. So, Ian, can you speak on swimming with dolphins? Oh, it's lovely, this one. Swimming with dolphins. Ian, your time starts now.
Swimming with dolphins is something I am no longer allowed to do due to an intervention from the RSPCA. This is something that I contest, and I think it is very fun to put Maltesers above the blowhole of a dolphin and see how high said sweet will travel in the air, and then try and catch it in my own mouth. To the onlooking tourists screaming with joy, "Do it again, Ian!" I can't, I would say, as this health and safety officer is having an absolute field day with this. He is telling me that I shouldn't be here because I didn't book for this event, and there are disappointed children nearby saying we wanted to swim with the dolphins, and I'm saying, stay back! I don't care how young you are. I've got a bag full of the chocolate sweet that I am using here, which is spherical. No, I won't tell you which sweet it is, but I am putting it in the circular hole of the dolphin, and I am having...
Apologies for anyone who's ever loved one of those beautiful creatures. That was an extraordinary tour de force on your first ever Just a Minute. You also enter a very, very small and esteemed club. Well done, my friend. Right, scores. Well, just first and second place today. In second place, we have Janie and Darouche. And in first place, joint first place. And today's winners, Giles and Ian! And there, my lovelies, we have to leave you. But first of all, thanks to all the players of tonight's game. Janie Godley, Giles Brandreth, Uruj Ashfaq and Ian Smith. We are indebted to Ian Messiter, who devised this show, and of course to our beloved Nicholas Parsons, who chaired this programme in such exemplary fashion for over 50 years. We also thank Caroline Barlow for blowing her whistle so loudly, so precisely in my left lug hole. The producer was Rajiv Karia, and it was a BBC Studios production for BBC Radio 4. And this is me, Sue Perkins, saying thanks so much for listening wherever you are, and do join us again when we next play Just a Minute. Welcome to Just a Minute. And as the minute waltz fades away, what a joy to welcome you to Just a Minute here in Edinburgh. I'm Sue Perkins, and we're broadcasting from the BBC Festivals at Dynamic Earth in the heart of Edinburgh. Now, let me introduce you to the four wonderful, talented people who are playing Just a Minute this week. They are Giles Brandreth, Rachel Parris, Fred Macaulay and Susie McKay. Please go wild for all four. I'm going to ask them all to speak on a subject I give them for 60 seconds without hesitating, repeating or deviating, so we shall see how that goes. Giles, we're going to start with you.
Oh.
The subject is my foolproof flyering technique. Can you speak for 60 seconds without hesitating, repeating or deviating on my foolproof flyering technique? Starting now.
When I first appeared as Peter Pan, that great actor Sir Donald Sinden essayed the role of Captain Hook. He said that my flyering technique was extraordinary. I was up on a wire being swung across the stage of the old Scala Theatre with leaflets in my hand, so that I was both flying and flyering simultaneously, inviting people to see my Tinkerbell, which was a role that I really felt I'd been born for. Slightly was one of the other characters, and he would catch my flyers as they flew.
Susie.
I think there was repetition.
And which word do you think was repeated there?
Flyers.
Flyers. Indeed, flyers are not on the card. Flyering is.
But flyers were only mentioned once. Flyering was mentioned, flying was mentioned, flew through the sky, but I don't remember repeating flyers.
Judgy.
Fred.
Hi, Sue.
How you doing, sweets?
I'm fine.
Do you want to weigh in on this?
No, that's all I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Can I weigh in?
Yeah, you can weigh in.
I think he said flyers twice.
He did. He did. What I like to do is I like to just lure Giles into the possibility that he's going to be proved right.
Because he said he couldn't remember saying it twice. That's proof of nothing.
Exactly. The door is merely open to social services and my very hard judgment. And the judgment has fallen, Giles. It is repetition. And can I just say, a fantastic start. You have interrupted a man who won't thank you for it in the green room later. It was a great start from Giles. He did 32 seconds. You have 28 remaining on my foolproof flyering technique, starting now.
My foolproof flyering technique is to get someone else to do it for you. Ultimately, I am Scottish and I cannot sell myself for love nor money. I require posh students to walk round Edinburgh and do the...
Giles, you buzz.
I fear there was a slight hesitation.
There was a slight hesitation, I'll give you that. A very good start, but Giles fiendishly weighed in, and it was a correct challenge. You get the point, Giles. You also get the subject back with 13 seconds remaining. My foolproof flyering, starting now.
My flyering technique involves me addressing the members of the public with the words, I need the money. I have 3 children, and I've discovered that cash is the one thing keeping me in touch with them.
Susie.
Not true. He is loaded.
But this is nonetheless the technique that I use.
Interesting conundrum. I was about to have you on deviation from reality, of course.
Yes.
But, to be honest, it's your first show, is it not, Susie?
It is.
I'm minded to give you the benefit of the doubt. and tell you that you've got 3 seconds. You've won the subject back with 3 seconds. My foolproof flyering technique starting now.
My foolproof flyering technique.
Well done. Congratulations. Speaking as the whistle went there means you get the point. Fabulous stuff. Rachel.
Yes.
Your subject, tea cakes.
Ooh.
You've got 60 seconds. I can't wait for it. Starting now.
A tea cake is one of my favourite types of confection.
Fred's turn.
There was an air.
I said
To err is human, but I'm not, so...
Yeah. It was a slight hesitation, as denoted by the so correct.
So sorry.
I forgive you.
I think she'll get it back. She's
I
got
think
a
she
lot more
will.
to say. She's got a lot more to say. But listen, I don't want to do you down, Fred, because we all know you know a lot about tea cakes.
Oh.
And you've got 52 fulsome seconds. Starting now.
Made of soft mallow on a biscuit covered in chocolate, light or dark. I should maybe confess I'm the voice of Tunnocks on the radio at this point. Thomas Tunnock, Uddingston's finest.
Rachel.
Repetition of Tunnock?
It was Tunnock and Tunnocks. I know. Fred, you still have the subject. And your time begins again now.
The aforementioned gentleman, singular, started the factory in the late 19th century, but the tea cake wasn't made until 1956, a very good year, I hasten to add, and joined... Yeah, I'm all over the place.
Rachel.
Same hesitation as me, said
Yeah, I did.
He did. A correct challenge. Well done, Rachel. Correct challenge. We predicted you'd get it back. You've got it back. 26 seconds. This really is the subject that will never end. Tea cakes. Go on, bring it home. Your time starts now.
I am not referring to the bready, doughy, buttery treat which you might find in England, but instead to, of course, the classic chocolate-covered, mallowy, biscuity treat covered in red...
Child.
Repetition of treat.
Yes.
Indeed, it was a repetition of treat. 13 seconds. You got in there. It was a correct challenge, Giles. So you get tea cakes. And your time starts now.
Janet, bring in the tea cakes, said Dr. Cameron, as played by Andrew Cruikshank in that wonderful series about Finley's casebook that I watched in the 1950s, eating gorgeous tea cakes myself.
Giles, speaking as the whistle went, gets the point. Can I ask where in the world that gentleman you were referring to came from?
Do you not remember Dr. Finley's
Oh, I was hoping you weren't going to double down. But,
But I've been practicing that since 1954. I think he was called Bill Simpson, the actor who played Dr. Finley.
And the location was called? Tannoch Bray, well said.
Tannoch Bray.
No, Tannoch Bray.
Tannoch Bray. You sure it wasn't called Tannoch Bray?
Well, see, to be fair to Fred, where he was describing in Uddingston is actually Tannock side, where Tunnocks are made, so that's just a beautiful big bow there, isn't it?
Come all the way
Yeah,
back.
there you go.
I'm not really following much of this, but it sounds beautiful.
there you go. Giles, as always, single-handedly strengthening England-Scotland relations. So, as you say, speaking as the whistle went, well done, Giles. And we are with you, Susie. Your subject is pre-show rituals. You've got 60 seconds to speak on pre-show rituals. Your time starts now.
I have varying pre-show rituals, and it depends where I am. So, at the Edinburgh Fringe, where I am just now, I will have raucous, I will have some Red Bull, I will have some caffeine.
Rachel.
Repetition of I will have?
Yep, and there was some repetitious sentencing.
I feel like I'm joining the dark forces by being finicky about it, but...
No, listen, you're absolutely within the rules of just a minute. You're absolutely correct. You get the subject with 48 seconds remaining. Your time starts now.
My pre-show rituals mostly involve going into a corner of the room by myself and being quiet and away from the other comedians who I find distracting and occasionally overbearing, present company excluded. I find that I like to have a Coca-Cola diet, in case you're wondering, a small Tunnocks tea cake, and be as retiring...
Oh, Susie.
Hesitation?
Yeah.
There was a tiny bit, but you know what? I like to keep things fair, but in this instance, it was a correct challenge, but I'm going to let Rachel keep the subject, because I need to hear a bit more. So with 24 seconds remaining, you keep the subject and your time starts now.
My pre-show rituals mostly include doing stuff to my hair to make it appear blonde. I am not naturally that colour, so I apply a great deal of Batiste dry shampoo. Other types of spray are available, which is a powdery white.
Giles.
Hesitation, I'm afraid.
That was a more obvious hesitation, yes. And you seem to have caught the Susie contagion, because with 4 seconds to go, you've got the subjects. So your pre-show rituals. Prepare for a blizzard, I suspect, of name drops of celebrities just popping in for a pre-show massage. Your time starts now.
In the old days, the pre-show ritual would have included a group hug when you could embrace everybody. But now...
Right, that's the end of that round. Let's do some scores. Everybody is level pegging, apart from Giles, who's a couple of points ahead, but it's all to play for. It is neck and neck. Giles, back with you again. The subject, you crazy cat, is wild horses. Can you speak without hesitating, repeating or deviating on wild horses? Your time starts now.
Hi-yo, Silver, and away! During my childhood, the Lone Ranger was my hero and my role.
Susie.
There's no way the Lone Ranger was out when Giles was a kid. No way. No way.
Are you saying that Giles is older than the Lone Ranger?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you are closer to him than I am. Would you care to illuminate us to the exact decades? You predate us
I'm talking about the Lone Ranger that was presented in the 1950s, a lovely television series. It was in black and white. We had a small television that we got at the time of the coronation. Not the last coronation, the late Queen, Elizabeth II.
So 50...
So we're talking about the 1950s.
50s, yeah. Fred, you've...
Yeah, hesitation. Oh, we're not... Sorry, I thought we were still playing.
So, I like the challenge, but according to the rules of just a minute, it's not an appropriate one. So, you've got a remaining 51 seconds on wild horses. Your time starts now.
I also adored the Cisco Kid and a program called Circus Boy, in which wild horses very much featured, because acrobats would stand on two of them at the same time and go round the ring. And I watched as their legs came apart and then closer together once more. And I thought, this is wild horses or wildlife for me.
Thank God for you, Susie. Please save us from whatever this is. Cantering around a ring for Giles's pleasure. What is your challenge?
Repetition of wild horses.
Wild horses is on the card, so he's allowed to repeat that as often as he likes. That's the thing about just a minute. If it's on the cards, the rules do not apply. But I want to thank you, and in fact, I'm going to give you a bonus point for just interrupting that flow. Giles, we're back with you again. Wild horses, 33 seconds. Your time starts now.
I've been lucky enough to encounter Princess Anne, and we talked of little but wild horses. She is very much into the GGs or nags, as people who can't say.
Fred.
No, I thought there was a duplication of G, but it's GGs. So.
Yes, it's annoying, isn't it?
Very.
Yeah. You're quite late to that Giles's annoying party. Yeah. No, I love him. I love you, Giles.
We all
I
do.
just do bants with you because you can take it.
But I feel like the feeling of wanting to stop Giles has really made us bond as a team. A real sense of spirit here.
But I also love Giles, and I want to hear a lot more about Princess Anne, because it's so rare we get to hear your interface with the British monarchy. So I'm on tenterhooks. I don't know about you guys. 24 seconds remaining, starting now.
Wild horses won't drag the rest of that story from me, but let me tell you about Frankie Dettori, and when he and I discussed wild horses together, because he has broken a few over the years. With the jumps and the stirrups, he is a master of dealing with wild horses and turning them into racehorse winners that from Dubai to Ascot, he can go round the course giving you wild horse heaven. He is the most remarkable human being.
A masterclass from the master. We would expect nothing less. Now, you were speaking as the whistle went. You get the point. Now, Fred, right, what we got for you? Pretending you loved the show. pretending you loved the show. You've got 60 seconds to dazzle us on that subject, and your time, my friend, starts now.
Little bit of advice for the people here and those listening at home. If you're ever in Edinburgh during the Fringe and you see two performers coming towards each other in opposite direction, watch them very closely and make sure that they can...
Susie, challenge.
Hesitation.
It's a correct one. So, a good challenge. You've got 47 seconds remaining. Pretending you loved the show, and your time starts now.
Pretending you love the show is when you have to go to a child's nativity or dance class, where we all sit for hours on end as we see our beloved niece or nephew moving their body in a way that doesn't replicate anything other than it looks like they're having a fit. And then we have to pretend that we enjoyed the 3 minutes that they were on stage while looking at the people who made us the godparents straight in the eye and pretending not to lie. It's a very difficult situation to be in, but as a fellow performer and someone who comes to the Edinburgh Festivals every year, I'm used to people looking me in the eye and telling me how much...
Giles.
I'm so sorry, but looking me in the eye, we had that.
We did. It was a repetition. And hoist by your own baton, I'm afraid, Susie, because Giles buzzed in with 3 seconds remaining.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Listen, it was a correct challenge, Giles. It's painful and it's bitter, but them's the rules. 3 seconds, pretending you love the show, darling. Your time starts now.
Boy, were you on that stage? Interesting or what?
Sensational stuff. Giles speaking as the whistle went means he gets the point. And lovely Susie, we are with you. The subject is elementary, my dear Watson. What can you tell us about that subject without hesitating, repeating or deviating in 60 seconds, starting now?
Elementary, my dear Watson, is a phrase made famous by Arthur Conan Doyle when he wrote Sherlock Holmes, but that sentence never once appeared in any of the books and actually appeared on the TV series in 1956. I've never watched Sherlock Holmes.
Giles.
Repetition of appeared, then repetition of Sherlock Holmes.
Indeed. Comprehensive. Elementary, my dear Giles. You have the subject. You've got 43 seconds, and your time starts now.
I'm proud to be here in Edinburgh, the UNESCO City of Literature, that has brought so many great authors to the fore, including Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, who indeed created the Sherlock Holmes mysteries, featuring that great detective and his sidecook, Dr. Watson, who was both chef and Mrs. Hudson did a little bit of detective
Fred,
work as well.
challenged. I love the fact that Giles now just carries on despite the buzzer.
Yes.
The more you've played the game, it's like, these rules are not for me. Fred, your challenge.
Yeah, I learned a new word there.
Yes.
So I think that would be deviation from normal English language.
Yes.
Sidecook.
Giles is going to tell us why
Neither
we're
of
all
them were
wrong
chefs.
now.
Side cook is the English translation of sous chef.
Although sous chef doesn't mean side cook.
No, it means underneath the
Yes.
chef, doesn't it? When it comes, did I win? Did I? I mean, I don't. I know I'm not winning the game, but is it coming to me?
Of course, it's coming to
Right.
you.
Well, can you knock off the 12 seconds that you kept talking after the?
Oh no, we
after the buzz?
don't worry. As soon as you buzz, we stopped, my friend. All right. You get the point, Fred. Well done. You also get the subject. 26 seconds remaining, starting now.
Sherlock Holmes and his trusty sidekick Watson were among the most famous crime detectives that we've ever had in literature. And who can forget the other oeuvre of Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, The Hound of the Baskervilles, Greyfriars Bobby, Harry Potter, Ivanhoe, Treasure Island.
Susie.
Factually incorrect.
I mean, it was deviation from reality, but I just want to say I really enjoyed it. I'd happily let that go on for hours. But it was a correct challenge. Well done, Susie. You get the subject back. Elementary, my dear Watson. 7 seconds. Ooh. Back of the net. Time starts now.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Giles.
Hesitation.
Yes, indeed. Well, it is a correct challenge, and you've done it with 4 seconds remaining. So you have elementary, my dear Watson, and your time starts now.
He detected a stomachache and said, "Elementary, my dear Watson. That is my conclusion."
Giles was speaking as the whistle went, as he is so often wont to do. Right, so let's have a look at some scores. It's tightly bunched again, but with a clear leader. Rachel just slightly trailing behind Fred, who's just slightly trailing behind Susie, and Giles 4 points ahead, blazing out in the front. But it's all to play for in round 3. And Giles, we're back with you. Your subject is a hatchet job. Can you speak for 60 seconds without hesitating, repeating or deviating on a hatchet job starting now?
When I ran away to the circus, I was offered a hatchet job and accepted it. I had to stand in front of a huge bullseye while a juggler threw hatchets at me. It was quite ingenious because, in fact, the hatchet appeared behind me through a slit in the furniture, while he...
Susie.
I'm going to go in hesitation.
There was a winding down there. And we hold Giles to a higher standard. And I think you can acknowledge that. Yes, that was a correct challenge. Well done, Susie. You get the subject of a hatchet job. Hopefully it'll be less graphic. But Giles seems to evoke with almost every subject. 41 seconds starting now.
I also worked in building sites and I've seen many a hatchet job by people who would pretend they were tradesmen when they clearly were not. No.
Fred, you're in.
Do you know what? There was a hesitation, I'm afraid.
There was indeed a hesitation, which means you get the subject, which, to remind everybody, is a hatchet job. 26 seconds remain, starting now.
I was walking along the Leith waterfront earlier on today and a hatchet job happened when a seagull did a dump in my bunnet.
Right, there's so much to unpick there. I've never heard the phrase done a dump in my bunnet, but I've really enjoyed it.
Welcome to Leith.
Bonnet, take us through a bonnet. Is it a bonnet? Were you wearing a bonnet?
It's a peaked hat, usually tweed, sometimes tartan, fits on the head, round, quite tight at the back. You would call it a cap?
I would call it a cap, yes.
I feel like you're just describing a hat.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
Because I've seen them before.
I don't know why I'm on this. I can't even describe a hat.
Like a Peaky Blinder hat.
Peaky Blinder hat, that's right.
Okay.
It was a bonnet.
Yeah.
That's a
Okay,
bonnet.
I mean, you conjured an amazing image there.
Yeah. Sir Jackie Stewart wears a bonnet.
I know exactly what a bonnet is now.
There you go.
You've created that picture perfectly for me. Sadly, it was such an amazing creation of the image that you stalled. Rachel, you challenged that beautiful image.
Hesitation.
Hesitation, yeah.
It was indeed hesitation. That's a correct challenge. So you get the subject, a hatchet job. It's been round the houses. You've got 16 seconds. Let's see what you make of it, my lovely. Your time starts now.
The time when I did a hatchet job was in 2014 at the Edinburgh Fringe, when I did a hatchet job of performing a solo show here. I performed a show called...
Giles.
A repetition of performed.
Yes.
I thought it was performing and performed.
No, twice performed.
Wow, okay, well, that's me, told the host. Sadly, we don't have any VAR. You were probably listening more than I was because I was frantically scribbling. So, Giles, you get the subject with 4 seconds remaining. I don't like the way that sounds. Rachel, you get to keep the subject with 4 seconds remaining. You're ahead, Giles. You can take it you've got broad shoulders.
I can.
Upon
I'm ready
which,
to.
yes, you're always ready to. Rachel, you get a hatchet job back. 4 seconds remaining, starting now.
I did a hatchet job of building a garden shed in the summer of...
Well done, Rachel, speaking as the whistle went, earned her that valuable point. And now we enter our final round.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. Well, we're with Susie for this one, and because we're running the show here as an Edinburgh Fringe special event, we are taking a subject from our audience. So thank you to all of you who put your suggestions in. The one we've picked for you, Susie, is the joy of tapas. That's a wonderful subject. The joy of tapas. Your time starts now.
There is no joy in tapas because the idea of sharing your food is absolutely ridiculous. I like my food on my plate with my cutlery and not your knife and fork coming onto my dinner to take...
Rachel.
Sorry, repetition of my...
There were a lot of them, yes, together. Normally, as I say, I don't sweat the small words, but when they come hard and fast like that, I will see that as a correct challenge. Well done. So you get the subject. 46 seconds remaining on the joy of tapas, starting now.
If you're anything like me, the joy of tapas is not having to make a clear decision when the waiter comes to take your order. You can make your choices as a massive group, and then you don't have to have the arduous task of deciding anything during the meal, and you can just grab things with your hands.
Susie?
Was there repetition of justs? Was there quite a few justs?
I didn't hear a double just.
Okay.
So I'm going to say no on that one, and it's an incorrect challenge. So 28 seconds remaining on the joy of tapas. Your time starts now.
The Joy of Tapas is a book that I published shortly after my award-winning Scottish folk album. Knowing very little about that genre of cooking, I kept it simple to 3 recipes: prawns, potatoes, and peppers. The spices were minimal. The flavours were indulgent. The critics loved it.
I so want you to self-publish every week all of these things. Fred, you challenged.
Critics.
That's actually a Spanish word, so...
I think it's Spanish for side cook, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
It's a correct challenge anyway, and it seems an appropriate way to end tonight's show because you've done so with 2 seconds remaining. So you've beaten both Susie and Giles in their ability to sneak in at the last moment.
You think?
I believe in you, baby. Now let's bring this bad boy home. The joy of tapas, your time starts now.
Patatas bravas, meatballs, tea cakes.
Yes, tea cakes, that classic Andalusian delicacy. I've enjoyed today's show hugely. And so it seems a bit silly and trifling to do scores, but procedure must win out. And everybody fought well and fought hard. Slightly trailing in fourth, we've got Rachel, just behind Susie, who's just behind Fred. But tonight's winner, it's Giles Brandreth!
Hey!
And there, my lovelies, unfortunately, we have to leave you. But first of all, thanks to all our incredible players of tonight's game. Giles Brandreth, Rachel Parris, Fred McCauley and Susie McCabe. We are indebted to Ian Messiter, who devised this show, and of course to our beloved Nicholas Parsons, who had this chair and chaired this show for over 50 glorious years. We also thank Caroline Barlow for blowing her whistle so beautifully. The producer was Rajiv Karia, and this was a BBC Studios production for Radio 4. And this is me, Sue Perkins, saying thanks so much for listening, and do please join us next time when we play Just a Minute.
When Sir Clement Freud died in April, Just a Minute lost its longest-serving panellist. Now on BBC Radio 4, in a special programme, Paul Merton remembers the veteran player and introduces some of the highlights of his appearances on the show from over 40 years.
The subject is my faults. 60 seconds starting now.
Such faults as I have do not include hesitation, repetition, or deviation from the subject which I'm given in Just a Minute. But sitting next to Kenneth Williams does tend to bring out the worst in me. My shoes become undone, my socks crumple, my tie is crushed at the sheer joy of sitting next to one of the great cult figures.
Next. Yes, sitting next. 32 seconds, Derek, for you on my faults, starting now.
I suppose if I have a fault, and I must admit to several, one of them is that I am sometimes overtly rude.
Clement Freud.
Hesitation?
Yes, Clement, you have 25 seconds on my faults, starting now.
Niggardliness. My thing has come.
I first started listening to Just a Minute around about 1968. I was 11 and Just a Minute was 1. Nowadays, we look about the same age. The rules are very simple. Deliver a 1-minute talk on a given subject without hesitation, repetition, or Plymouth Argyle Football Club, a free set of twins in their first 11.
Clement Freud is challenged.
There seems to be deviation from the way we used to play this game.
Oh yes, and deviation. By 1968, the show had 4 established regulars with Nicholas Parsons as chairman. They were Peter Jones, Derek Nimmo, Kenneth Williams and Clement Freud. At the time, Peter Jones was a much-loved comedy actor-writer, a regular on television and whose career in radio included the groundbreaking In All Directions, an improvised comedy show with Peter Ustinov. Derek Nimmo was a hugely popular comic actor of television and West End stage, who not only cornered the market in comedy clerics, but was also a successful theatrical entrepreneur. Kenneth Williams is as well known now as he was 50 years ago, and sitting next to him, Clement Freud, in his time a knight of the realm, a Liberal MP, a gourmet, a gambler, a nightclub owner, a celebrity chef, a journalist, a jockey, and fierce competitor on Just a Minute. In 1968, Clement was famed nationally for a series of hilarious dog food adverts. Of course, behind the canned K9 comestibles commercials, Clement contributed...
Clement challenge.
Repetition of course.
No, we haven't.
We always...
Clement Freud begins the next round. Clement, making an effort. Let us hear from you on the subject. 60 seconds, starting now.
Making an effort is something one says to denote that a person is trying to do his best, from which sentiment I would like to disassociate the chairman of Just a Minute, who has quite tantamountly done very much less than that. I have seldom encountered a shoddier exponent of any panel game, and I...
Derek Nimmo challenge.
I'd just like to endorse what Clement said.
Right. So what was your legitimate challenge?
One legitimate one.
All right, so Clement gets another point because that was an incorrect challenge, and he continues on making an effort with 37 seconds left, starting now.
One could actually make a fairly good effort at playing this game simply by going on talking without repeating yourself, showing a minimum of hesitation, and barely deviating from whatever garbage is given to you by the man sitting on my left, who interrupts virtually everything one says for no particular reason, even when one's colleagues keep their fingers way from the buzzers, as encouraging and sweet, super lovely, nice, normal, heterosexual, homosexual, ambisexual.
Peter Jones challenge.
Repetition of sexual.
Yes.
No, every single word.
There was a repetition, but I'm afraid they're all single
separate
words. So, Clement, you have half a second to continue with the wrong challenge, making an effort, starting now.
You go blind.
Clement, you've got in on the circus, and you've got in on the subject of the circus, I should say, and there are 20 seconds available, starting now.
I used to think the circus was Piccadilly Circus, until we moved to North London, when Oxford Circus had huge attractions to people coming past. You could arrange to get to the circus.
Paul challenge.
I think there was a bit of hesitation.
There was a little hesitation there, yes.
Yeah,
I think
that was it, just like that. Yeah.
I think the benefit of the doubt, a bonus point.
You'll get them eventually,
Somebody
Clement.
capped. Woman in red, fourth row.
So, Paul, you're trying very hard. Give him his bonus point. He's tried so hard. Paul, it's your turn to begin. So will you take the subject now of how to separate the men from the boys? 60 seconds. Clement challenge.
Hesitation.
I haven't said now yet.
Well, I meant you hesitated in saying now. You should have said now quite a long time ago.
But you can't get points at my expense.
I've noticed.
Oh, he's trying for his bonus points again. Give him another bonus point.
Nicholas Parsons doing a wonderful job as chairman, as he still does today. A massive contribution to this enduring show. It was Nicholas's idea to award bonus points for particularly entertaining interventions, and this has certainly increased the fun over the years. Clement's way of playing the game was to win. That's what he cared about. But let's be fair about this. Everybody who plays Just a Minute wants to win. Clement had a few strategies. Buzzing with just a couple of seconds to go, and reciting lists were two of his favourites. If the subject was cheese, Clement might intone that amongst his favourite cheeses were Red Leicester, Edam, Cheddar, Brie. I heard him do this in Exeter, Manchester, Cardiff, York, Tunbridge Wells, Uttoxeter.
Pork, veal, beef, chicken, turkey, duck, lamb, rabbit, hare, pigeon, Even small singing birds all have bones, which some do, others less so, benefit towards a stock pot with which you make delicious, nourishing...
And the subject is loyalty cards. 60 seconds available, starting now.
If you go to a Japanese tobacconist, be it in Tokyo, Osaka, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, and buy cigarettes, you will find therein a loyalty card. And it has a picture of William, Stephen, or John, George the First, Second, Third, or Fourth, Queen Elizabeth, Anne, Mary. And people collect them with tremendous applause because it is wonderful for them to have the entire loyal family of Britain on bits of paper.
Clement, the subject's Charlie's on. 60 seconds, starting now.
It is an extraordinary coincidence that I should be asked to speak on the subject of Charlie's Aunt here at the Theatre Royal in Bury St Edmunds, where Charlie's Aunt was first produced.
No, I'm sorry, you're going to start listing again, aren't you? I can see it coming over you, Clement.
There's no list involved.
You aren't, no, he is. He's
Which
going
side
to
does
start
Clement
making
list
lists,
to?
and I could see it coming on.
Are we allowed to be psychic in our challenges?
Other countries are more of a problem because they can burrow into the skin and lay eggs and make your elbow explode with thousands of tiny spiders eating your...
Clement challenge.
Repetition of lots. This was right at the beginning.
Yes,
things exploding.
I want him to go on for a bit because...
Eat up time.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
That's wicked. Let them do all the hard work and then come in towards the end.
Last minute.
13 seconds, Clement, with you on bugs, starting now.
I don't really know a lot about bugs, except they creep and crawl about kitchens, bathrooms, lavatories, almost anywhere in a house. Look down and you will see a bug. Don't talk to them.
Clement Freud, you have 1 second left for English slang, starting now.
Any form of speech is rude.
Clement Freud, we're with you. 48 seconds to tell us something about matches, starting now.
There's a dreadful hush in the close tonight. 10 to make and a match to win. A bumping pitch and a blinding light. An hour to play and the last man in. It is not for the sake of a ribbon coat. Now that was all about matches. It's written by Sir Henry Newbolt, a poet who, as far as I know, never came to Bury St Edmunds. He was a pretty good chap and sometimes challenged 8 or 9 times in a round, though perhaps 10 was too often. Matches are games played between two teams. Cricket, football, rugby, even badminton, squash and tennis matches have occurred, and Suffolk is a wonderful county for such matches. In Walberswick, Dunwich, Westleton and...
Wendy Richard challenge.
He's listing, I told you. Let him get...
Wendy did challenge that about 20 minutes ago. She was right.
She was right, yes.
While occupying a terribly small bedsit in the 1980s, I listened a great deal to Just a Minute. There are some recordings that I can still recall huge chunks of. I played them so many times. In those days, the style of the programme was much more that each competitor would talk in a well-informed, erudite manner on any given subject, and the humour arose mainly from the challenges, less from the talk. Clement was perhaps the most likely to put a joke into his discourse. I remember with great fondness him saying, "I attended some sheepdog trials in Suffolk. 7 were found guilty." He also went for a patch where he frequently mentioned Tunbridge Wells for no reason other than it amused him, and thus it amused us, his audience.
The best game. Would you tell us something about that in the contest, starting now?
The very best game is when 2 people go into a room, each with a bottle of whiskey, and they drink all that is therein, and then one of them goes out, knocks on the door, and the other has to guess who it is. In this theatre, there are said to be 998 seats. And why I love each and every one of you is quite simply because I'm not going to be able to, at my age, get round to having any sort of realistic relationship with any of you. And I'm delighted about that, because loving each and every one of you would be boring, tiresome, annoying, and some people haven't watched. I know that because
I stood in a queue getting into this place in Royal Tunbridge Wells, which I'm so pleased. It was called by that august name in 1909, dating back to Queen Victoria. It's pretty unusual.
Challenge.
It's terrible deviations.
Why?
Isn't it? Well, he's talking about the history of Tunbridge Wells, isn't he?
Yes, but he was talking about...
Because I love each and every one of them.
I think, to my mind, he established that he did love each and every one of the people in Tunbridge Wells, but he was finding it difficult. And, but he was keeping going, so, Clement, benefit of the doubt. 13 seconds, why I love each and every one of you, starting now.
As for loving each and every one of the people on this panel, let me begin with Nicholas Parsons, go on to Paul Merton, and then explain how very fond of myself I am.
Clement Freud, you challenge. Yes, another hesitation. 25 seconds, the crack, starting now.
The sort of thing you would hear at a crack would be a story about Prince Charles going to the north of England to make a speech, wearing a Davy Crockett headgear, and at the end of his address someone went up to him and said, "Brilliant, but what an extraordinary thing you've got on your head." And he said, "It was Mamma's idea. I told her I was going to Scunthorpe." And she said, "Wear the fox hat."
A clever thing in just a minute is if you're going to tell a story, make sure you finish with a payoff as the whistle goes.
Events in the world of show business sometimes take on an alarming speed. I met Nicholas Parsons on a television show. I mentioned my love of Just a Minute. He suggested I wrote to the producer, Edward Taylor. I did. Although Mr. Taylor was unsure about booking me, he nevertheless took a chance. In 1988, it was possible to call someone like me an alternative comedian. This was a different world to Just a Minute. The atmosphere before the recording was what I would imagine a gentleman's club to be like. There was a small room backstage known as the narration suite. This is where you gathered beforehand, leather armchairs, wood panelling. A woman walked into the room before my first recording, and the other regulars all very quickly stood up, and I remained seated momentarily simply because I'd been taken totally by surprise. Admirably chivalrous though the gesture was, I felt there may have been an element of, this is how we do things here. Sitting next to Clement Freud for the first time on Just a Minute was a rather formidable challenge. I knew he was highly competitive and that playing Just a Minute was a serious business. Clement liked to put people off. 10 minutes into my first recording, he leant into me and whispered, "This is the worst show we have ever done." The implications being obvious. Mind you, it turns out he said this to everyone he sat next to. Attempting to intimidate a debutante was only one way of nobbling the opposition. I smiled and simply didn't take any notice, which in the right circumstances can be a remarkably effective strategy. Doesn't work if you're facing a firing squad. Clement's desire to put me off was an attempt to increase his odds of winning. Not taking any notice worked, but it also helped that Clement could see I was genuinely respectful of him and the programme.
Provides my electricity and my heating and my water and
Clement
my...
challenge.
And my.
Right, Clement, correct challenge. 31 seconds now for you on my carbon footprint, starting now.
I have long waited to discuss the carbon dioxide emission that comes from my body, my knees, shoes, feet, and frankly it is 8.47%. Which is extremely high, dangerous. And putting hot water into my bottle at night, I realized I should not draw fresh CO2. I meant...
Paul challenge.
He meant to say H2O.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. No.
Didn't you? What did you mean to say?
Myxomatosis. And got it absolutely wrong.
You meant to say myxomatosis?
Yeah, always.
I withdraw my challenge.
You can no longer put CO2 or myxomatosis into your bottle.
No, exactly. I don't want your carbon footprint to be.
But therefore, illegitimate, your challenge is legitimate.
Exactly.
But are you going to be generous and give it back to him, or are you going to keep it?
Oh, I thought he was struggling.
He was struggling.
So let him have it back.
All right. There's generosity for you. With 3 seconds to go, Clement, my carbon footprint starting now. Clement, Paul challenge.
Well, that was a hesitation.
Yes. Actually, it wasn't, but I'll give you a bonus point because we enjoyed the interruption. Clement, you have 2 seconds on my carbon footprint starting now. Clement challenge.
I thought you'd enjoy the interruption. You liked it so much last time.
Yes, I did enjoy the interruption, but you interrupted yourself. You buzzed. So what is your
You get
challenge?
2 points.
Let us
If it's the wrong challenge, you still get a point.
No, let us play the game, Clement. You have pressed your buzzer first. You use the challenge. What are you challenging yourself for?
Teasing you.
It's not a legitimate challenge within the rules of Just a Minute. Nobody else tries to please me. They try to get points.
That's not fair. What about that pony I bought you? I bought him a pony.
Clement has pressed his buzzer, says he's trying to please me. Obviously, what he wants is another point. He's got his point. He's got 2 seconds to go. My carbon footprint starting now.
Greenery is...
Some music doesn't sound too good on digital radio. It's something to do with how they can...
Clement challenge.
He said some and something.
That
and
is-
I buzzed before he got the thing out.
I didn't know it was going to be that sort of party.
My favourite joke, 31 seconds starting now.
Another favourite joke of...
Clement Freud challenge.
No, the subject was my favourite joke. Not another favourite joke.
Oh, I think you're being a bit pedantic. My favourite joke can be taken in many different ways.
But not as one of my favourite jokes. The subject was my favourite joke.
Well, I think... That's right.
All right, Clement, you win the argument. Benefit of the doubt.
Some time later, there was a turning point in our relationship. A certain warmth crept in. We record 2 episodes of the programme in an evening, and before the first show, Clement took me to one side and asked if I would be good enough to mention the then recently proposed Scottish Parliament. I smiled and didn't take any notice. None of the subjects in the first programme immediately suggested a foray into Caledonian independence, and so Clement took the opportunity, in the short interval, to remind me that I had in fact promised to reference the subject. Amused by this apparent escalation of my enthusiasm for the proposal, I nodded and promised Clement I would. I was given the subject of mittens. I said something along the lines of, I like to put on a pair of mittens and watch them building a new Scottish Parliament. Clement buzzed. What was his challenge? Repetition? Hesitation? Deviation? No. Devolution. There was a fantastic laugh from the audience, followed by a much-deserved spontaneous round of applause. I looked at Clement and smiled, and he had this huge boyish grin on his face. In the green room after the show, amidst the admiring comments for Clement's quick-witted challenge, mine included, I never broke the illusion. I congratulated him as much as everybody else. It was my feeling that Clement appreciated that. It was a very good joke, and it didn't really matter that it wasn't as entirely spontaneous as it appeared. Perhaps without realising it, I'd passed some sort of test. Clement made me feel I was now a fully accepted fixture on the show. I'd been doing it for 5 years.
Clement, 17 seconds on how to be irresistible to the opposite sex, starting now.
Telling them you're a eunuch is also quite in many ways.
Paul challenge.
Is that because anything after that is a bonus? Hesitation.
It takes a lot of balls to tell someone you're a eunuch.
Almost deserves a bonus point, doesn't it?
Almost.
No, give him one. Go on. Paul, we're going to hear from you on it now. 11 seconds, how to be irresistible to the opposite sex, starting now.
You look suave, you walk into the nearest...
Clement challenged.
2 years.
2 years. Clement listened well. 9 seconds, how to be irresistible to the opposite sex, Clement, starting now.
I would look suave and walk into somebody's room, exuding the sort of personality which can...
Paul challenged.
You haven't exuded personality since... 1978!
Outrageous.
I've been doing this show 22 years. I still think we'd be better off with a glove puppet.
Can you believe he dared say that to a knight of the realm?
I know. Right.
I'd like a bonus point for injury.
It became a custom for myself and Clement to each tell a joke as a sound test for the engineers before the night's recording began. Clement told many good gags. Here are a couple. I went into a pub. I saw a sign which read, "Service with a kind word." I ordered a pint of bitter and a meat pie. The barmaid served me, but there was no kind word. I said, "Where's the kind word?" She said, "Don't eat the meat pie." A young lady said to me the other day, "Come upstairs and make love to me." I said, "It's one or the other. I can't do both." It's traditional after recordings for the panelists and Nicholas to get together and have a quiet meal. Clement loved his food and drink, and perhaps his standards were so much higher than everybody else's. So much higher, in fact, that he rarely turned down the opportunity to send his main course back to the kitchen with a muttered verdict of inedible. I do have to say that on the one occasion he did cook for me, the food was superb. He was a very good host. His expert wine knowledge was always put to very good use, his choice perfectly complementing the food, even when he didn't get to taste it. He was a very entertaining dining companion, rich in anecdote and much given to hearty laughter. He had met the most extraordinary variety of people and could talk knowledgeably on almost any given subject. He was often quoted as saying, "I never talk about my grandfather," but in my experience he did have a good sense of humour on the subject.
Clement, you've gone in on my ego, and there are 32 seconds starting now.
The word ego is often pronounced ego, which I actually prefer. The Ego and the Id, a book for which I get royalties, written by my brother, is an extremely interesting volume which I would urge everyone to purchase.
So, Clement, you have the subject of my roots, and you have 35 seconds starting now.
I'm trying to remember what my roots were. I think roughly dark brown with the odd grey patch. And then there came a time, I've never lost any hair. I have kept every one that has come out.
Clement once interviewed me for a newspaper piece on the subject of food, of which I know very little, and I wasn't very communicative that day. A few years later, the interview came up in conversation between us. Clement said typically forthrightly, "Yes, you were quite nutty." I affected mock indignation. "And tell me, what would you know about the workings of the human mind, Mr. Freud?" He laughed that wonderful laugh you can hear throughout the Just a Minute recordings. It was a pure laughter that bubbled up so swiftly it often took its owner completely by surprise. I shall miss him, and the world of Just a Minute shall miss him. His competitive spirit carried him through 42 years of the programme, and he never gave less than 100%. His record of well over 500 appearances will surely never be beaten. On one show in 2004, he was given the subject, "My Favourite Words." Among his favourite words were languid, parallelogram, ubiquitous. But above all, it transpired that his very favourite words were, "Clement Freud, you are the winner."
Clement Freud, why do you challenge?
Repetition, actually, in fact. It's only 60 seconds. I mean, one ought to be able to manage 60 seconds without actually, in fact. Well, bad enough, it was sickening listening to the little chair and the little girl and the little cat.
My daughter. All right, Clement, you have a point. Would you continue talking about the brownies, starting now?
The brownies...
Derek Nimmo.
Hesitation, takes us a long time to get going. Slow, he's so ponderous and so boring, really. I mean, every time he's like, the brownies are going, and take 3 onions and 2 turnips. And we all have to do 3 times as much work in 60 seconds as he does.
Well, all right, you do very well, Derek. You've done a tremendous amount of work just then. I'd like to have given you a bonus point for that performance, but unfortunately it doesn't fit in with the game. Clement still has another point, and also 15 seconds of which to continue talking about the brownies, starting now.
The brownies is the female junior organisation of the Vice
And now we move to Bob Monkhouse, pitfalls for a programme chairman. Starting now.
As I have been chairman of programs like The Golden Shot and Celebrity Squares, and welcomed, may I say, the...
Clement Freud challenge.
Deviation.
Why?
There can't be other programs like Celebrity. I mean, man can only take so much.
Luckily, I can say exhibitionist a lot.
Clement Freud has challenged you.
Deviation.
Why?
Grammar.
Yes, it was a
K
little...
painter and they.
Oh, Clement, yes. It's correct, of course.
Yeah, suddenly
you
I'm
haven't
13.
won many friends.
I haven't come here for
You haven't come here.
popularity.
14 seconds are still available. Fame, starting now.
If you have a recognizable face, it's awfully difficult to know because people come up and say, would you be Clement Freud? And I have to say, what is the alternative?